Yes,
Yes, it is.
I think we are. I think we are live right now.
Okay. All right. Well.
Well, what's going on, everybody? This is Brand from Another Castle, and
Spencer.
This is, yep. And we're back again with another Twitch Tuesday. Things are going to be a little bit different now because we're not playing really a game that you can actually purchase on Steam. This game is currently
But the way to get the game is very
the way to get the game
difficult.
is
It's quite complicated.
Yeah, it's quite complicated. If you guys haven't guessed right now, we're playing Dead Island Epidemic on Another Castle, and that is Another Castle, by the way, is a site for all things nerd, including comic books, anime, movies, and video games. You can follow the link to the bottom right, and just enjoy the stream in the meantime while you're on that site as well. Now we're going to be playing Dead Island Epidemic. It is a free-to-play game made by, or published by Deep Silver, the guys who made the Dead Island series. And this is currently in closed beta, but Steam had a free weekend for this game. And what the idea was for the free weekend was that if you get the game on free weekend, you get to keep it after it's over. You get to retain it, much like what they did with Sniper Elite version 2. And this game is kind of interesting. It's not a first-person game as the original games were, including the second one coming out. It is a isometric, like top-down shooting slash.
You know those zombie survival games such as
like Dead
Nation, and
Zombie Apocalypse, Never Die Alone.
Or if you're familiar with games like League of Legends and Dota,
it's like Smash TV a little bit, where you have to move the course around and hit
pretty
things.
Much like MOBA games.
Yeah,
but not entirely.
They're not
an LOBA game. It's not entirely that.
Well, they are actually kind of like that because it does have that
there
element of fighting other players.
Yeah, so it kind of is. But the controls aren't via clicking, it's via using WASD.
As you can see, we're at the screen right now, and this is essentially the lobby. But as you guys can notice, as
it was on open
as
weekend.
I adjust the webcam, so my head's
You mean
not
the screen? You adjusting the screen?
Yeah, just the screen. You guys will probably notice by now that the art style looks a lot different than what Dead Island was known for.
I believe you can still get this game because I believe it's on.
Yes, it's open weekend
right now.
And
right now it's in early access. Right now. It's not
an early access game. It's not officially out yet. It is closed beta right now, as you can tell from the version in the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
So without explaining what Dead Island.
Without further ado,
let's go into some Dead Island. Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, let's get some Dead Island Epidemic going on. But first, we gotta wait for my game to load because I was tweeting that we were live and stuff. See what Twitter does to me?
So, before anyone asks, yes, we have played this game before. We're not, like, noobs at it or anything like that. We have actually played this game before. A couple of, I think, like an hour of it or something like that.
I played about, like, 2 hours, pretty much. Now I have enough to buy another character, but I'm gonna save up the character points.
Now, of course, this game does have some free to play or freemium elements or whatever, like pay to win elements, but they're not really don't really stick out as much. As you can see, this is my character named Berg. That's the name he's given because you can boost, but it costs like jewel things. You can buy these diamond star things for in real life money, but they don't shove it in your face, being like, oh, you want a weapon or you want these really cool characters. It could cost some real-life money for being cheaper.
Exactly.
What it is that you have to pay with character points. And you can actually buy these for the in-game cash. You can use the in-game cash right there. I have currently $500. But
you automatically get $500.
You get some cash every time you do a round, but every time...
I haven't earned any.
But every time you get
cash yet,
every time you can pay to get the in-game cash with real-life money, like US dollars, as it says right here. But you don't have to do that because you could just keep playing rounds to get some cash slowly.
Really, the cash is there pretty much for the shops. To get more of an explanation, characters cost what the game calls character points.
Yeah, that's what I just explained.
Yeah, you get very little character points, but they only cost that much. Or you can use, I think you can use cash to buy character points. For weapons, let's say if you want to get a weapon like Baker's Choice or Propane, get it, it's a pun, or like the Waka Roads or the Suburban Killer.
Yeah, buying the weapons costs cash, not real life money, because you get cash actually in this game.
You don't,
but
you don't actually get cash.
It costs cash
in the game, though.
But
you have to actually
you can buy the blueprints right here. You can buy the blueprints.
It's not for the same weapon, though.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I mean, they'll put them on there soon enough.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, you know, it's not the exact.
But anyway,
same
let's go into some Dead Island right now instead of a discussion game. Okay, so we got 3 game modes: tutorial mode, which is self-explanatory; horde mode, which is no hostile scavengers here, only supply points and enraged zombies. So this is basically a PVE mode, which I'm more comfortable doing. I don't think.
Don't forget to invite me
during the stream. I don't think you'll see us do scavenger for the stream because we're not very good with PvP games. We're not very good. We're not very good at Dota or League of Legends.
Maybe at the very last 10 minutes we'll go in there just to try it once, completely suck at it, and then that'll be all.
See, we're not very good.
I'm not used to playing PvP games like League of Legends and stuff because again, I'll accept. Again, the thing is that you gotta know what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
what your build is gonna be. What is the best hero against this hero, and you gotta know what's the best timing to use certain skills and so on and so forth. So it can be a bit complicated at first.
All right,
but it's not impossible.
Are you ready? What's good about this game is this game does not also have durability like the previous Dead Island game did, where you need to repair your items. You don't have to do that, which is great.
Yeah.
All right, game has been found. Let's go in.
A problem with the Dead Island series so far, the first game was okay. Besides all the fact that you have to get DLC and stuff, that was just more optional, and the DLC in itself wasn't really impressive. I mean, the only thing you got was like I think when you get the Game of the Year edition, you get the Rider White DLC and some weapon blueprints. You don't get the weapon right away. So it's like, okay, that's not great, and I'm pretty sure it's just a weapon that's just more like you're going to be using it when you're like not late in the game, and even if it was late in the game,
viewers may know. Viewers may notice that it says currently in game right now.
Yeah.
I just sincerely hope that when the game starts,
what happened?
That it doesn't just show that text for the whole match.
See, that guy's using that weapon, and for some reason I can't pick it up. Maybe I'm not high enough level.
All right, man.
Oh, what's happening?
Oh man, the stream's really messed up. It says it thinks we're currently in game. Well, let me alt tab real quick. Switch to game window.
There we go. You clicked it, and nothing happened. Oh no! Are you serious?
Oh, there's 2 Dead Island Epidemics that you need to show. Okay, well that's not the one.
Okay.
Hold on, let me...
Technical difficulties, folks. Whoops. Hold on. Get everything fixed here.
Yep. Yeah, this is really weird. How
this isn't working?
No, I think it should work now.
There we go.
You have to have literally two windows.
Alright, well, the other guy's not coming in. Wait.
We have to have, like, literally 2 windows open. One's for the lobby and the other's for...
Alright, server will start automatically in 15 seconds.
That's very weird. I've never encountered that before.
Well, we got that out of the way. Now we're enjoying the game, and this is what it looks like.
We're all wearing orange.
It doesn't look... Yeah, I know. It's like you can't...
Even though I was wearing red.
I mean, it's not... Usually in Dead Island games,
maybe it's because we're on the same
team. Your outfit.
Maybe it's because we're on the same team.
Maybe it's like you have to play as red and against blue. But either way,
I'll work on this gate.
Oh, yeah, you're going to loosen up that gate. We are playing with... I'm not going to give that guy's username away, but probably people can see it
People can see it already, so...
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm stunned. Okay, never mind.
I'm fighting the ram.
Kick. Another thing about this game that some would say is bad is the fact that a lot of people argue saying it's getting too... pay to win. Not
a lot of people complain that it was too pay to win. I don't see anything.
It's not bad.
It doesn't stick out like League or anything.
Well,
like
I mean,
that.
League has the free champions and stuff, and you can get them just by simply playing the game. But the fact that it's not like, say, if I want to get...
My God,
Is there a bunch of lag going on?
Yeah,
going on?
because...
Oh. Yeah, I know. I'm suffering from lag too. I don't know if it's because we're with this guy or maybe because we're streaming and this isn't a good idea.
It could be the fact that we're streaming.
Oh,
The game is trying to be
this was
like
a great game to stream. I'm already dead.
a purely. Oh my god, I don't know what to do here. Like, look at that. I right click and then like
on
2
my
seconds
screen,
later,
you're really
I'm dead.
terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, what?
What is happening here in this game? Seriously, how do we mess this up? Yeah, even the one guy on the team is doing bad. I mean, like, he's not even using any of his skills, I think.
Oh, now he is.
Or I don't know. I mean, like,
Oh man, I don't know what to tell you.
what
folks,
happened?
but this
I don't
game
know what happened just now. I mean, the internet for us has been really crappy for some reason because I've tried to watch videos
Yeah.
on Dailymotion,
yeah.
and it wouldn't
you
let me watch them. It would load for like 5 seconds and then completely
trying
mess
again.
up. You
I
know?
know. This is yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. See, I shot and the gun doesn't respond until like. Yeah, this is awful.
Yeah,
The game isn't awful.
No, but
I mean, I played the game.
internet,
I played the game without
okay.
actually streaming it, which thankfully probably would have been a better idea not to stream it because apparently.
Yeah, I think the next time if we're gonna play a game together, we should definitely stream games that aren't strictly online.
Yeah,
especially in these conditions of currently with our situation of the internet just being
well, it's starting to pick up a bit.
kind of moody.
All right, for a second there, I thought it was starting to pick up. Yeah, I know. As soon as I press spacebar, it's like a second later.
Yeah.
It starts to work. See, this is what sucks about living in a small town.
It's not the small town fault.
It's
no, it's our internet service provider. If we lived in a small town,
that's exactly
but had a
what
better internet service provider, that'd be great.
No.
Yeah, it would be.
That would never happen because small towns don't really get good internet service providers at all. Because that's the problem. They're in a small town.
Getting attacked by a zombie.
You know, that's the thing. Like living in a city where they can actually have like a company building there. That's great. But a small town, they're not always there to fix the problem. They always have to go, okay, well, we'll fix that internet issue tomorrow. Actually, can you wait till Thursday? You know, they always have to wait. You have to wait quite a long time in order for everything to start working again.
I really don't like when the internet service providers go like, all right, we're coming on
It's
Monday,
worse
and it's a
because-
Friday, and they'll be like, we'll be in on Monday.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, really?
And it's a simple thing, like, okay, we just went into this building, boom, done, fixed it. And
Yeah.
it's not, like, it's just pretty much going around asking people, is your internet, and they don't even, like, there's no actual building that they go in, like, okay, we fixed it. You know? It turns out this and this.
I swear,
it turns
if
out
our
we get our
speed's
internet
been-
connection from
If our
far
speed's been
away,
reduced,
you
I'm going to be very upset.
I don't think so. I mean,
But even if it was our speed reduced, we wouldn't be streaming right now.
yeah, exactly. If our speed was reduced, which happens, which aka throttled back, they just don't want to say that because throttled back is getting throttled back is a phrase that everyone hates. Heal yourself, press 1.
I know I am. I know how to heal.
So it's like, we won't use that wording. We won't use the phrase throttled back and you were just, pushed back.
Yeah.
Or something. And then they pretty much say, yeah, you were just pushed back with the speed. You know, we had to slow it down because of stuff. And it's not even...
Oh
okay,
my
I
god,
think-
I'm attacking this barricade, the health
No,
thing.
the health that...
Oh, yeah,
We're
okay.
doing waves.
Oh, duh.
Okay, because the internet, it's getting a bit better on my end. It's starting to
Same
get
a little
bit
bit with
better.
me, but it's still a little bit
Maybe
like...
because you're streaming in HD.
I don't think I am.
Isn't that widescreen?
Well, wouldn't Twitch automatically lower down the frame rate if there was an issue?
That's true, yeah. I would say there's an internet connection
Or there's, yeah, due
problem.
to...
They always... XSplit does say there's a problem with the internet. So maybe it's because the guy we're playing with. Maybe he's messing it up.
Strangely enough, they did that to you during when you were doing a Throwback Thursday with Clock Tower.
Yeah, and I wasn't even I assumed because I was streaming in HD. And the only times XSplit would complain...
was when you were just going to different rooms.
Yeah, is when the
I'm
camera
yanked.
would scroll up or something, you know?
Help, I'm getting yanked.
Got
There
it.
you go, thanks.
Is when the camera would scroll upwards or scroll
Oh,
across.
really? There's
you
more
know?
of these guys? We should have picked on
Oh
scouting.
my god, what's happening here? I've been stunned. Can I get out? Ugh! Nope, didn't make it.
Oh,
You're
nope.
dead.
I'm screwed.
You're dead. Thing
Oh,
is,
this
the
is
problem is we
kind
don't
of-
have a full team.
This is kind of terrible.
We don't have a full team.
Well,
I've
that's one
always
problem,
played
yeah.
with people with like 4 guys or
Yeah.
4 people on my team, and then it always end up being we'd always be successful. We
Man,
may
this
die
is-
once or twice at the boss, but there was never a moment where I sat there going like, "Wow, how did we screw this up so badly?"
We
We're
died.
not even at the ending yet.
What's that?
Concede.
What's concede?
Yes.
Voted yes?
Yeah, we surrendered.
Oh, yeah, because we surrendered. Yeah, screw it.
Then why don't you just call it surrender? Why
Let's-
call it concede?
Let's not, like, exit the crib.
I think this guy's. I think it was the guy we were with. You
Hmm.
know. Switch the game window. Oh wow, it actually worked that time.
Yeah, wow. Shocking. Yeah, I did really bad that time. Let's just...
Oh,
yes,
well,
see, frame
I'll
rate
open-
drops detected. Your stream quality may be affected.
Yeah.
I really don't like it how it
I don't know.
assumes I'm going to play through, like, this quality. Like, widescreen-esque. And I'm just like, no, you're fine with the previous quality. Wow.
Yeah. Well, does it
Why?
automatically switch or has it stayed the same?
Yeah, it stayed the same.
Okay, then I don't understand what the issue
Let's
is.
do scavenger. I gotta check my options for a second. I'm
Man,
not sure.
it's really bad for me. I clicked the load the shop and it doesn't come up as fast as it usually does.
Network card, local area connection.
That's what it is. It's saying that you're.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Right.
Right. Okay.
All right,
So
we're doing scavenger this time, which is slightly
Scavenger.
easier. I'm ready.
scavenger is what? Versus.
No,
Oh.
that's the PVE we just
Oh
get.
right.
Scavenge.
PvE is what's PvP? Harvest?
PvP is harvest or something like that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. While we're waiting for a lobby, I don't know why we can't just play together. I guess because if
I
guess
no
since
idea.
we don't have a full party, we're
yeah, or
supposed to play
something.
solo.
It's like you can't. I don't know.
This game is in closed beta, so I'm not surprised.
Maybe they will fix that because, you know, for a game like this, which you can assume that you could do a lot of co-op,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really support that idea of doing co-op. You always have to go find a room with other people.
Yeah.
You know.
I also, while we're waiting here, I want to talk about
Time in queue, 38 seconds. So,
when-
anyways, I was gonna say in the first Dead Island game,
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. I mean,
it's a little
the
weird.
co-op when you play co-op online and stuff. It's kind of strange because
You don't get to do side missions, or you get to do side missions, but they
but
don't
you-
track
they
it for you.
Yeah, they don't get tracked on the
for
radar.
missions
So
that
the
are
minimap-
usually tracked.
Yeah, so quest tracking is really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
On co-op. I don't know if the online
Also,
affected
the jumping
or
animation is
the fact that we're
pretty
playing
bad
LAN.
too. I will say.
Yeah, the jumping when you see another player jumping, his arms don't even like go like that to jump.
His legs
His
literally are the only
arms
things that
stay
move.
straight like a statue downward, and his legs just sort of get up into a more of a crouch position, but in mid-air.
Yeah,
So it
it's-
looks
it's a
really
little weird.
strange, you know? It's like, it reminds me a bit of the jumping animation in Infestation Survivor Stories. But the reason is that Infestation Survivor Stories was a company, that people that made that game was a huge company,
Mhm.
where Deep Silver was a pretty big company, and they made a few games, and they were pretty good.
Most of them
Some
they
way
screwed up. They screwed up with like I don't know, the Risen games where they can't seem to
Yeah.
get a good footholding on what they want to make it.
Yeah, the Risen games were not that great, but I mean, it's kind of like maybe that's why Dead Island's kind of just strange. It's because I don't know if it's maybe because Deep Silver is, instead of publishing,
Yeah.
when they're developing, it's not very great, but when they're publishing, they could do stuff fine, you know, like the Saints Row series. Although now that they own the Saints Row series, they're going to be developing for those games. I think, or Volition's still around. I'm pretty sure Volition's still around and developing for them, and they're just releasing it. And a lot of people always associate, like, Ride to Hell Retribution. Everyone thinks
Deep Silver was
Deep
responsible
Silver
for that.
was
They
the
were
one that
not.
developed the game from the beginning. No, it wasn't. It was actually a company that makes, like, a bunch of NASCAR games.
Mhm.
So it shows that, like, yeah, the driving stuff in Ride to Hell is kind of cool, and the motorcycle stuff is kind of great. The motorcycle control stuff, like the driving, is pretty stupid because you don't really drive anywhere. There's only moments where it's like, okay, you're gonna have to drive on a long, stretched road.
Point A to
Okay,
point B.
for this one mission, we have to knock guys off the motorcycles. Okay, done. It's not really open world,
Yeah.
but the customization for the motorcycle is kind of impressive.
Yeah,
So
I
it
will
kinda
admit
shows
is
that-
nice.
Yeah, it kind of shows that, you know, it shows that, like, I think in NASCAR you could pretty sure. Whoa! Oh no, this is PvP.
Oh wait.
Just don't.
I'm not. I ain't ready.
Yeah, they told you it's PvP.
I did not know Scavenger was PvP. I thought,
gotta read the information.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I ain't ready. 2, 1. Sorry. Yeah, we're not ready for that. Kick from that. Your party did not.
Yeah,
play
it's
video.
just- yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. It's Scout mission.
Scout
Sorry.
mission is
Yeah,
the
no
quest
wonder
stuff.
they weren't.
Scavenger.
No wonder we were waiting for.
Although
them.
that is quite a big team.
That is
to
a big
play
group
against.
of players.
It's not 4 versus 4. It's like 6 versus 6.
That's pretty good.
I think,
remember
or it could have been like 5 versus 5. I don't know. That was quite a bit. I thought
But
it was just
as
gonna be
stated-
like,
But as
okay,
stated
you just gotta
before,
get for 4 people. Okay, You know.
But as stated before, I am not the PvP type.
So yeah. So anyways, after Dead Island came out,
Riptide came out.
Riptide came out, which was pretty bad apparently.
But it wasn't bad in terms of the gameplay. It was bad in terms of the networking.
The networking, the online's really bad, and everyone said that it's pretty much feels like it's an expansion.
You didn't click ready.
Oh. Everyone says it pretty much feels like just an expansion.
Yeah, but it's priced for like
to the first game, but it's priced for like a full game, you know? Which to me, man, you know how long it took to find an actual PvP match? Like 2 minutes, and yet we're able to find this match.
Find this super fast.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty crazy.
There we go. Now it's working.
Yeah, I got it all fixed. Oh, we're doing the lab raid level.
Okay, so it came out, and a lot of people. And the thing is that when you think of Dead Island Riptide, when I heard about it, I'm like, okay, so is it gonna be like a prequel, or are we gonna play like
it's a direct
are we gonna play
sequel.
survivors that end up dying at the beginning? Even though Dead Island pretty much starts at the
Iron
beginning
Giant.
the Iron Giant.
Yeah, so
apparently
I think the reason why we're all orange or red or whatever, I think it's because we're all on the same team.
Yeah,
exactly. Is that Cinemoy who's dead? Oh no, I thought it was.
No, but I wouldn't be really surprised given the idea of how Riptide was.
Well, the game did load super fast.
Okay, the spacebar command was actually quite slow. Just because my animation is fine.
Yeah, I'm pressing space and nothing's happening. Oh, it has a cooldown. All right.
Yeah, space again. Yeah, it takes me like a second to get there.
Yeah.
Skilled D Solo.
De Solo.
I'm guessing De Solo's Han Solo's brother, but it's the rap version of Han Solo.
I guess so. All right. 10.
And with his friend Chewie. Not Chewie. Chewie.
3, 2, 1. Boom.
GLHF. Good luck, have fun. Alright, everything is orange, including the trucks. I don't know why. Alright, oh yeah, we have to hit down the barricade.
Alright.
It wasn't highlighted for me because I wasn't hitting it, so...
I apologize in advance if since our internet speed is so terrible.
It's really terrible.
You might be able to just only see us doing scout mission over and over and over again for about 2 hours.
Yeah, see, because with versus mode, if we're lagging, we're gonna bring the whole team down.
Yeah, that's an issue.
You know, or even if it was free for all, we'd be sucking completely because it'd just be like, well, we can't play because we're the worst guys in the game so far because we can't kill anything. Because everyone seems to get away and teleporting all over the place.
Alright, so let's go. Come on.
I remember the early years when I used to play like Counter-Strike.
And the lag
on my brother's computer. And oh man, it was the lag back then. Just a simple thing of like, if you were to download like say, like, or just use something like iTunes, like using the internet radio service on iTunes, it made everything go nuts because our internet this is like back in like 2000, like when Counter-Strike was really big.
Yeah.
And before, I think that was when I think this is when Steam first came out and they had like stuff like Counter-Strike and Half-Life.
Yeah.
So it was really terrible stuff. And it was just, it was so bad to just play games that just had the internet. When someone did something related to the internet, just on one simple thing, whether it be like, I just downloaded a song, or I'm just on like Kazaa or BearShare getting music, it was no good. Like it was.
Oh my goodness!
Complained.
Man, this is like.
Yeah, I know. Zombies are just dying.
Hey, but at least the game's not boring, because for having bizarre mishaps like zombies randomly exploding for no reason.
And it's something. So anyways, now that when I saw the trailer for Dead Island 2,
it looks a little silly.
I was like, this is getting a bit of a Saints Row 3 vibe from it. Saints Row 3 actually, because it's not as
where it doesn't take itself as seriously.
Yeah, where it's like goofy and stuff, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Needless to say, when I saw that during the PS3 conference I covered on the website for the website.
Yeah.
I did not like that trailer at all. I thought that trailer sucks.
Yeah, that trailer was terrible. I thought it was like, I was kind of hoping that it'd be like a guy jogging, and then it got like really depressing at the end, showing that the world's gone to shit.
Oh, you just swore, by the way.
Oh, sorry. That the world's gone to doo-doo or dookie.
Gone to hell, more.
Gone to hell.
You
know what I mean? So it's sort of like I was hoping that they would show that, but no. Instead, it still plays that stupid song And then the joke is like, oh, he's got these shoes. Let's take him off the zombie corpse he just ran over. Okay, let's drive away.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
Dead Island 2.
And no one laughed in the audience.
No one thought that was
No,
funny.
I've never heard an actual uproaring laugh like people when laughing because it's not funny.
They're just like, oh, cool,
You know?
cool Dead Island 2
Now that
sequel.
being
Let's hope it
said,
doesn't suck.
is
you
Dead
know?
Island 2 going to be bad? Well, I hated Saints Row 3's humor, but the game is fun.
I hated Saints Row 4 entirely.
Saints Row 4's humor is even
I
worse.
like the superpower idea, but they should have put that
But
in
the
a separate
gameplay
game.
itself is still fun. I like the exploring the cities and everything like that. It feels like Crackdown. But if I wanted that, I would just play Crackdown. So it's sort of like,
Yeah.
you know, and even that's cheaper to pick up. So
Yeah, even that's cheaper. Even the second game was
even
cheaper.
both games combined is cheaper to pick up than Saints Row 4. So there's that. But you know, in Crackdown you couldn't even make your own character. So you
Yeah,
know.
I guess they got that. But
But I
think-
mean, it was still kind of fun.
I personally
you got to
think,
admit
though-
it was pretty fun. But
I personally think
a lot
though,
of
that
the stuff, unless you're doing the missions, all in the exploring, you're just going like, okay, do this glitch, fight these row of enemies, fight this big guy, go to this tower, take over the tower. Okay,
it's basically the same stuff.
same
you do.
thing over.
Everything
and
that you
over,
do in,
you know?
in the fourth game, you have to do it
and there's
over and over
a
and
lot
over
of
again.
mayhem settings. Like, yeah, there's a lot of mayhem mini games. Like, there's a UFO, there's a spaceship mayhem, then there's the tank mayhem, then there's the rocket, like the explosive
robot
then the
mayhem.
robot mayhem. It was like so much mayhem, and I'm like, okay, 2 would be fine. But like then you got like,
you have,
because I mean,
like,
in
around
the second,
5
I
of
think
them.
in the third game it was like tank mayhem, and I think just the explosives, rockets mayhem. You know what I mean? Like just you know, rocket launcher and like grenades and stuff. But then it just kept having like 2 extra mayhems with like the spaceship, and then
And the
the
robot
robot,
thing,
and it's sort of like, I mean,
It
they're
doesn't
easy.
feel. It
They're
doesn't
easy to
necessarily
do, and
feel
it's-
like a full game. It just
Yeah,
feels like a
it's-
game with a bunch of activities in it.
It's like they couldn't figure out any new ideas for
Heck,
like.
the game was shorter
anything
than
else?
Saints Row 2.
Yeah, I know.
And
And I know a lot of people will make the argument. I like the serious Saints Row series better. It's
I like
much
number
better
2,
than
it was way
the goofy
cooler.
one. And yeah, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, I do think that Saints Row 2 was a bit better when it came to mayhem and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like just the mini games.
Well, I think
it
2
felt like it was
2
ridiculous,
has
but the story
aged-
was serious.
2
you know?
hasn't aged really well when you play on PC, considering.
Yeah.
But it is still a fun game to go to on a
2
console.
2 is fine. I mean,
2
like,
is
it's still
fine, but
amazing.
2's story is way better. 3's gameplay is a lot more interesting and
Yeah,
fun.
it's a lot more fun.
While
like a
2's
comic
story,
book.
2's story is way more interesting to get
Yeah,
into.
where 3 is kind of like meh. I don't know why Shawnee's complaining. I mean,
Yeah, did she
it's
know
not like
Gat?
they dated or anything like
did they
that,
know,
so there'd be no
did they,
point.
does she know Gat personally? Did they have fling during the break?
And it's like,
between?
no, they didn't.
No.
So why should she care? You know,
Yeah, why should
if
she care?
anything, what they should have done was faked out the boss's death at the beginning, and then it's like you were in a coma for like say 2 years. Gang, you have to get the gang back together or
Yeah.
something. They thought you were dead, and then you know you have to redo things like you did in
I know,
2.
and even then in 3, they kill the guy who automatically thinks rationally, "Hey, we weren't what we used to be back then. We weren't not a gang anymore. We're just a bunch of sellers." And they kill that guy who thinks, "Yeah, we're not as we should be back to our roots or something." You know?
Yeah.
They kill that.
It's kind of
one
like
guy.
a metaphor for Deep Silver, where all they instead go goofy and stuff, become sellouts because they gotta keep releasing the same series over and over because anything original wouldn't sell very well.
Speaking of which, Risen 3's coming out.
Yeah,
A lot of people are like,
really
I have high
low
hopes for it. Everyone
I
says
really
have.
want the Risen series to be good.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
really want it to be good. Like, I want it to be like one of the coolest RPG games out there. Like Risen 1 was,
was
said
hyped up to be.
hyped up to be, but unfortunately Risen didn't deliver. And the second one, they said, "Oh, it's way better. We got rid of the first,
and it's like
problems that were
it's
in the first
a
game.
bit better, but not.
It's a little
great.
better, but it's still boring."
Yeah, it
Like-
still was terrible. You know, it really takes a
I
while.
got stunned.
You know, like when you play Skyrim, like the intro takes a while to do, but pretty much it's like, well, at least it's like telling a story, and you know that as soon as you get to create your own character, it's like, yes, finally,
It's
I can make
awesome.
my own character.
That's
Soon
one
I'll have
thing
to go
that-
through a
that's
tutorial
one
thing like
thing-
an Oblivion, then I'm off to do whatever I want.
That is one thing
and
that
Risen
kind of
doesn't let you do that.
that is one thing
you know?
that sort of irked me when I played it. Was that
It's not
when
really-
I played it,
yeah,
when I played the first game, I assumed, oh, can I name my character and
and make his own
and make his appearance and,
and
stuff like
unique
edit his
personality
appearance?
and stuff like that, which you can kind of, but at the same time,
Yeah,
it's
but
kinda
it's like he's kind
I don't
of
want to be
a jerk
played this
automatically.
dude. You know,
Even then, it's like in the second game, it's like, oh, your guy's such a jerk. Like, I hate my character. Like,
Yeah,
why am
I know.
Why am I playing
Oh,
a
we beat it.
guy who is making sarcastic quips? Like, really?
I know it's like they tried. What it felt like they tried to do was like,
Oh,
okay,
7 minutes, not bad.
we're gonna take it felt like what they tried to do was like, okay, we're gonna take Johnny Depp's character from Pirates of the Caribbean and use that, except without his weird mannerisms.
Yeah.
But have his still the same lines of dialogue where he's kind of like clever.
Level up.
Get it? He's saying this because he's clever, and it's sort of like
I know it's
you don't
it's
really
kind of
appreciate the dialogue and stuff like that. But that I really want the Risen series to be good. It's like the Two Worlds series. When I heard the first game was really bad and was considered one of the worst games of all time, when the second one was announced, I was like, I never played the first Two Worlds game, but I really hope it's good. Like, the sequel better be more impressive than, say, the utter disappointment of the first game. Because, again, Skyrim wasn't around at the time, and I really wanted a game. I don't think Two Worlds 2... I think Two Worlds 2 came out before
Support
Skyrim.
your country. Oh.
And I think Risen 2 did as well. I'm not
cool. You can buy your own
sure.
flag thing.
I'm going to not spend any character points.
Where's Canada on here? There
it's
it is.
There. But I'm not going to do it.
You know, all your
I want to
friends,
save up for
enemies,
characters.
and parents
so.
will envy. Just a little icon.
But yeah, and then when Risen 2 came out and stuff like that, I was like, I really hope Risen 2 came out. And everyone was like, it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. And I was like, all right, well, maybe it's pretty good. And then I actually played it when I got it on, I think, Humble Bundles when I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually played it, and I'm like, wow, this is not good. You know what it's like? The analogy of Risen 2, even though I was talking about Two Worlds 2, Pro Jared already talked lengths about the game, so I don't really need to express on it more. But Risen 2, to me, when you play the first Risen, everyone said it was really bad, And I was like, wow, that sucks. But the second game's gotta be great, right? Is it a pirate universe? Is it gonna be like Skyrim, but like in a pirate world, Not to be like IGN, but you think that it's gonna be like that. It's kind of like you're like, all right, can't wait to go to let's say you go to a restaurant that everyone has always said, oh, they're introducing this new item. It's amazing. It's got this type of stuff in it. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I can't wait. Like fast food restaurants do that, but think of an actual restaurant where you go in, sit down, you got a waiter or a waitress, and you're actually sitting there like, all right, I can't wait to try this new item. Think of it as Denny's when they have the Hobbit food out there, and it's coming. You knew ahead of time that they are going to be releasing the Hobbit food, like the special Hobbit stuff. And then when it comes, you're like, all right, I can't wait to try it. I'm a huge fan. I know before they never did a really good job with it.
But maybe they redeemed themselves.
But maybe now that they're re-releasing the food, and they're making the food again, maybe it'll be even better.
Yeah.
The last time I had the first Hobbit item, my stuff was a bit, felt a bit cold. Like my hash browns were cold, and everything else was kind of like meh. But and just stuff like that, and the service was poor. But maybe. Now that Desolation of Smaug came out, maybe I'm going to get an actual good food product. Something delicious. And then you get it, and you're like, I'm going to get the exact same thing. But this time they added something different to it. So it feels like it's different,
Uh-huh.
And then you try it, and then you're like,
it's a little bit better.
It's a bit better, but it still doesn't have as great taste as I thought it would. It's not a really good taste.
I will say this.
So again, it kind of leaves
to explain.
And they have DLC for it too. And
even the Risen 3 photo, like the cover of it on Steam, does not look like it's gonna be interesting. It's it doesn't look as cool.
Because you're playing the same character, of the. I'm
kind of British, but I'm not sure if I'm Cockney or not.
I'm not, or cocky. You know what I mean? Like where
it could be both.
You don't know if you can make him into a jerk. You don't know if it's gonna be your own customizable character. If it's a preset character, he's gonna be written poorly, like in Risen 2 or the first Risen. You know what I mean? Even though most of it was just dialogue choices, no matter what you said, it was terrible.
What's funny is that they brought in let's bring in the medieval-esque setting to the first game. Screwed that one up. All right, let's bring in the pirate one. We kind of made it a little bit better, but still kind of screwed it up.
Let's take the universe of The Witcher, but
let's have like a Witcher-esque thing.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Witcher 3 is coming out, so it's like, I think people are going to be playing The Witcher instead of Risen 3. I'm pretty sure Risen 3 is going to try to come out. There's also
Sacred 3 coming out.
Yeah, Sacred 3.
A lot of 3s are coming out, aren't they?
And that's another game we can talk about. Sacred 2. Not
great. It's a little weird because I have played the first game. I did not beat the first game, so maybe maybe I have to play the first one or to truly understand why the game
the first game was kind of like meh,
what it is.
And you're like meh.
Yeah, I'm like eh.
The second game still, It's kind of like when you play Diablo 1. It was like me when I played it as a kid. I was like, I don't really remember playing Diablo 1. I remember the idea of playing Diablo 1, but I don't remember playing it on PC because I never have. You know, so of course it's going to be different. So, or something like that. And or you like play Warcraft 3 and you're like, I remember playing Warcraft 2 as a kid, but not really appreciating it much because I never understood it completely. It was just one of those games that you play and you're like, okay, I'm done playing after like you played an hour of it. You know?
Yeah.
So you think, like, oh, man, you know, this is Sacred 2 is going to be, like, I immediately thought that it was going to be, like, the equivalent of, like, Diablo 2. Where it was like, this is just as good as Diablo 2. It's, if not more better because of the world it's in.
I know,
and,
people gave high praise to that game.
Yeah,
too.
and everyone said it was, like, the equivalent of, it was even more better than Diablo 2. I remember I read a review somewhere that it was better than Diablo 2. And Torchlight, and I was like, holy crap, really? I mean, Torchlight, yeah, there's no multiplayer and stuff like that, but I mean, yeah, like the first Torchlight at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, Sacred 2. And it's got a lot of space to the game. It must have like a lot of content. And then I played it, and I'm like, this world is kind of weird to get used to.
It's hard to understand.
The fact that you play like a robot animus guy with a gun, and you're like, I don't know, it just felt like you're too used to like playing games that are point and click that are like medieval settings, you know, strictly medieval settings.
Maybe it's got that kind of thing like how there's...
And I think this is actually played the way Dead Island Epidemic is, where you don't click around. I think you have to actually use the WASD. But the thing is that it's not like Titan Quest, where at least Titan Quest, you didn't have to move the camera because the camera was already there.
Yeah.
Silverfall and Sacred 2, I think, have that problem of, okay, you have to manually move the camera at some points because mountains are getting in your way, you know? Or
what does?
Like, you know, the camera in Sacred 2.
Oh, yeah?
Like, the mountains, like, the ground, you know, and stuff, like trees and stuff get in your way, and you're like, move, you know, and you have to, like, click the mouse button and drag it to move it. And I'm like, see, it's terrible because then you have, not only if you're in a heated battle, what if you get crowded and you can't see what your character's doing? If he's getting interrupted, if he's getting stunned, or something like that, and you're like, oh god, turn the camera. Okay, there you go. Oh, I gotta get out of there. You know, Silverfall did that for me a lot, where I'm like, what the? There's enemies on my radar? Where are they coming from? I turn the camera. Oh, there they are, you know. Guys driving by the window. I didn't like that about Silverfall. That being said, once you get used to this stuff, Silverfall can be enjoyable sometimes, but it's definitely not a game you want to immediately wake up and go like, oh, all right, I just woke up, off to play some more Silverfall, you know, like when I used to play Diablo 2 when I was a kid. I don't know why, but that experience is gone now. Because it's like, when I was a kid, I'd wake up and be like, all right, I'm gonna go on my computer, and I'm gonna play Diablo 2 straight away, you know, play online and stuff. And Silverfall doesn't have that, you know, that mystical feeling or whatever, you know, that excitement you get when you're playing the games and stuff. Because when you play Diablo 2, you're like, I can't wonder what uniques I'm gonna find. I bet I'm gonna be able to beat this boss really fast now that I'm leveling up my character. I'm increasing my stats and my skills. I bet I could do it real fast. And I bet he'll give me a really awesome unique. I bet I'll find good stuff. And it's like, Silverfall and stuff is kind of like, well, you can't really do that. I mean, there is stuff where it's like, you can get higher, like, gold find or magic find, like, item find, you know what I mean? Or rarity drops. And then you're like, it doesn't feel like I'm getting rare stuff, you know? Like, it says, like, oh, yeah, a 2% chance of higher rarity drops. And you're like, haven't found any yet, so it's not working. Get rid of this item, you know? Anyway, so that's what I think.
All right, back on topic. So far, this game, besides the constant like internet troubles,
it's not that bad anymore. Actually, it's actually gotten a bit better.
Or maybe that we're just used to it.
Maybe I'm just so used to the crappiness now. I can be in time
because
like,
we've been
enemy attacks.
We've been so used to having really bad internet almost all our lives.
Yeah, so it's like I have to like. You know, it's like I have to readjust to the terrible internet quality back to what it was back then.
Or does the room get really hot when I start streaming?
Probably
I start
because
sweating.
Your computer is running really harder.
Yeah, running XSplit and stuff like that. I'll turn my screen off because we don't need to look at it.
Yeah, well, for the chat, though.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Turn that screen back on.
Crap. All right. Oh,
dude,
man.
you can endure.
It doesn't help that it's also like...
We're almost an hour in, dude, so don't worry.
True.
Yeah. And plus,
I'm fighting the
it'll get
floater
cooler
alone.
outside, so we'll be fine.
Here's hoping.
Whoa! We just
Okay, well,
teleported.
okay.
Well, thanks.
Well, I killed the floater, so
Well, before you teleported?
yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So, what character did you usually play in the first Dead Island game?
I play
Like, that was like, he was pretty fun.
I play the sports guy.
Yeah?
Oh, I played the Asian woman.
So did
first.
I.
And she was really fun to use because she
I
used
always
bladed objects.
I always played the Phil Lamar's character, which you can get in this game if you get a package. Which that's another thing you mentioned in Dead Island Epidemic, is that you don't have to get these packages, but they're only like $20 to $30, maybe $40.
Oh, you know what's
And
another
that's
game
not
we should totally
bad.
play?
It's not like, say,
You know
$200
what's another game we should,
total,
you know
like
what's
Marvel
another game
Heroes.
we should totally get is actually speaking of that, we should get Marvel Heroes.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think we'll stream it because it's online.
2015.
Because it's an online game strictly, but
Getting
I
an
would like to play it
achievement
in my
zombie
downtime.
Yeah, I would.
Because I played Captain America, and I like the lines he says when he
It's
wrecks
kinda
stuff by
cool,
accident.
yeah.
It's kind of funny.
It's kinda
like Marvel
fun,
Ultimate
like-
Alliance a little bit.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of like
swear.
a free Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which again, why isn't there a third game of that series?
Yeah, we need Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
That'd be
3.
so awesome. Like, they had, I don't know if they had the second game on PC, but they had the first game on PC.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure. From what I understand is that there was a gold edition.
Yeah, that was for Xbox.
That was for Xbox 360 only.
Yeah.
I don't think it was on PS3. I could be wrong. I don't know if it was on PC either.
I will
Again,
say
could
that
be
the
wrong.
frame rate for the third, for first game Gold Edition was a lot smoother on 360.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. It's just 360 games just have better frame rate than PlayStation 3 does. Because I remember when we both had Afro Samurai
Oh yeah?
for the Xbox 60 and PS3.
Yeah.
You played it on PS3, I played it on Xbox 360, and it felt like the frame rate was a bit faster.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just... But just like a little bit, because I remember I played the one on PS3.
Ah,
for
man,
a while.
I- you know,
then I played
speaking
the one
of-
on Xbox 60. and I was
Speaking
just
of
like,
Afro
wow.
Samurai,
This is different.
I beat that game actually.
Yep.
And a lot of people said, "Oh, that final boss battle, oh, it's so hard." I'm like,
It's
no,
not. It's like
Once I figured out,
I don't know. You could have been
'cause
reading
I
like a
wasn't-
board from like 2000.
No,
Like,
I was reading a guide.
7?
I was reading a walkthrough to see
oh,
like the
and
future
they were,
bosses.
Like, they rated him like 5.
and they
stars
rated
out
him
of
like 5 stars out of
difficulty.
5 for the final
Yeah,
boss.
I
I'm
know.
like, really? All I did
I
was
love
stand
that.
next to a tree and
I love it
chop
with
'em.
FAQ. I know he was just easy. I watched you play. You didn't even like die once, so I was
No.
just like, this isn't difficult.
I didn't even have trouble.
And
Maybe
even
there
if
was
you
a
did
moment.
die, you would just like respawn at the beginning of the fight, if at all. You know, even if it was that
Ugh.
bad, or maybe like at a certain checkpoint in the fight. You know. But I remember back in FAQs when they used to always do that. I
Like
remember
give
I
a
used-
certain rating to
Yeah.
how difficult this boss fight
Yeah,
was.
even like
they did that with
old
Tales of
ones.
Symphonia and
Yeah,
stuff
with,
like that.
Abyssian
It was like the
stuff.
Kratos fight. Oh, it's super tough. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, okay, they were right.
Yeah, you know, I know, because you think like right away, like, or like you go to like the Abyssian fight and you're like, he's got a lot of health. But you know, we beat the final boss. I bet this guy's like probably
Super
really
easy.
easy.
No, he's not.
Slow.
I remember
just
telling,
like the final boss.
I remember
just with
telling
more
my
health.
brother
It's
one
like,
time.
nope.
I remember telling my brother one
Brandon,
time.
get over here.
I remember telling my brother once. I told him, "Oh man, you know the Abyssian fight. I heard it's actually really tough." And he's like, "Oh no, it's not. I beat the game. My guy's level 70." And it's
Yeah.
like, the game was actually the boss was
It's
actually
tough.
super hard.
You gotta
but-
like know what you're doing ahead of time. You know, that's
Darn, I
another
missed.
thing.
tree power.
You know, I just realized this is exactly like Horde mode, because Horde mode just has more waves.
Yeah, but Horde
Scout
mode.
mission has
Horde
less.
mode is actually a lot harder, I think, because the
There's
zombies.
just a lot more zombies coming
Yeah.
out, and the boss fight.
Well,
Actually,
we won.
I think the boss fights they have more health, so it takes a long
Yeah.
time to actually kill the boss. So
Alright,
yeah,
well,
gold medal.
Exit to crib.
Exit to cribs on
Apparently
MTV.
Yeah.
Terrible show. Well, not terrible, but at the same
But
time,
just-
it's kind of like, wow, what were we thinking? It was pretty much a reason for the celebrities to just
show
brag
off.
about, look at all the stuff I have, and you don't have it. You know.
Good. I leveled up my.
Although I don't know.
All right.
Obviously, the celebrities would be really great guys. I mean, Marilyn Manson's supposed to be really nice, but it's still like, man.
You have enough character points to buy these
I
people.
didn't think he was the type to actually say, okay, you know what I mean, to that.
I'm
you know?
saving up to get Armored Berg.
So I
That'd be
leveled
really
up,
cool.
and unlike in Smite, where you're like, oh, awesome, I got 500 points from leveling up, sweet.
I should play more Smite
Here you
later
just
today.
get 50 still when you level up. So
I think
you don't even
I
get like
may-
100. Which
I
is
think
kinda
I
like
may,
lame.
ladies and gentlemen, later on, not after the stream, of course. I'm gonna go and play some Smite.
You're not going to stream it though.
No, of course not.
Okay.
After the stream, I said
'Cause
after the stream.
I don't
we're gonna play
trust
Smite.
this internet. When
What
it
I'm
comes
going
to
to do
streaming.
is that I'm going to go into a PvP match of, let's say, Assault or something like that, and see if I can hold my own. I may or may not live tweet it to see, like, all right, first match.
I don't see what's the problem with live tweeting. I did that once
Yeah,
while I was playing
Diablo.
Diablo 3. No,
Yeah.
not Diablo 3. I didn't really do it much in Diablo 3, but I remember I did it a lot. Live tweeting of a game I was playing when it came to John Woo's Stranglehold. I was making fun of like the dialogue and stuff, and like where I'd get lost at some point, and like the game where I'd be like, oh well, so far that level was easy. Like, oh, I just died. Oh, because I did this and this. I'll try not to do that again. You know.
Yeah.
But I always talked about the cutscenes and stuff where I'm like, man, you know, as great as Chow Yun Fat is, like, or is Chow Yun Fat?
Chow Yun Fat.
Yeah, it's Chow Yun Fat. I almost said Chow Yun Funk. Almost. I don't know why.
I might equip my spiky.
But yeah, when you would talk, I'm like, he's a great actor, but he has that accent, so it's kind of like you gotta poke fun at it. It's like when people make fun of Jackie Chan's "I don't want any trouble" stuff.
Yeah, that line.
You know, they always make fun of the way he says it, so it's like, yeah, you can't ignore that. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm just saying. I would like to buy another character, like another survivor. Screw it, I might as well. Who should I buy? Should I buy Isius, or is it ISIS? I don't know. Like terrorist group, Amber, or Berg? Amberg. How about that? You combine the two.
Oh, it's a ship.
Oh my god! What would be ISIS and Bruce? Bruceus?
Bruceus. Yeah, sure, why not?
They're both blonde. She's area damage, so yeah, I'm gonna
more
go
of
buy her.
She's more of melee efficiency.
And stuff. Lastly, you must confirm your purchase. I already did that.
Yeah, I might as well buy characters too.
And I can't get Berg yet.
Actually, no. Let me buy some blueprints. Do I have any weapons?
I'll also buy some blueprints. Okay. Now I gotta get some fist weapons because she uses them. I think.
Can't buy
I
that.
think she uses fist weapons. I'm not sure.
Workbench tier. Oh man, do I even know?
She uses a spiky paddle. Oh, I think everyone just uses that. I don't think it really matters on what weapons because I always keep thinking
I'm gonna buy the
it's like Dead Island, the first Dead Island game where you're like, okay, the one rock or like the one an Asian woman or whatever, she uses like knives and like weapons that stab and slash and stuff.
Yeah.
So you think, all right, she's good with slash weapons and stuff like knives and stuff. And then the other chick, she's good with using guns. And the one guy, he's good with using blunt objects. He's like the tank.
I got an achievement. Blueprint.
And then the other guy's good with fists. I think he was good with fists.
Good with something.
Pretty sure. I think that was it because you're able to get like bracers and stuff.
I'm just gonna buy all the
brass knucks.
I'm gonna buy all the
not bracers, but brass knucks.
I'm gonna buy all the blueprints of stuff because
might as well.
Because I'm crazy that way.
I'm so crazy. You might think I suffered brain damage. You are fully licensed by the state, right, Mr. Plow?
Shut up, boy. I love that episode. I gotta watch that.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
Is that season 2 or season 3?
I believe that's season 3.
I thought it was.
Sometimes I think it's like season 4, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not. So it's like, huh. You know?
Interesting.
Close. Bamboo claw.
Rotating.
Wrong.
Actually, no, we're gonna keep that.
Can I make that? I can make a junkyard rifle.
Craft blueprints.
Let's do it. Craft. Because I got a lot of weapon points, so I might as well. Like bullet points. It's gear points, by the way. I call it bullet points because it's a shape. It has the icon as 3 bullets, and it's points that you.
How do you
earn
increase
in the game,
your?
so.
How do you increase your?
Really funny.
Your blueprint here or your workshop tier?
I believe what you do is you go to your
workbench.
You click on your character. Yeah, workbench, and then you go craft. What? Okay, not craft. I believe you click on your character, right? Let's say I want to click on Bryce, and I say, okay, click on the spiky paddle, and I click that, or I click on this, and you say boost, and it'll come up as that for needed for next level. I think level 3 is as far as you can get it. Yeah, and then you can level up certain weapons. If you want to do it ahead of time. That's the only thing that matters. Tier wise, I think it's just you're stuck with it. You can't upgrade the weapon.
Well, it says equipment tier. My equipment tier is 2. I think. Let me look.
Because your level, you only upgrade the level, not the tier. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. So I'm going to keep getting some blueprints.
Because my workbench tier is number 1. Increase your workbench tier by progressing your account level. Oh! So when your actual Steam account levels up, your workbench tier increases.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That makes sense.
Alright.
I'm going to max out Berg so I can get level, I don't know, 10 or something. Alright, well.
I think you have to actually level up your account. What level is my account? Level 2. Okay, I think I can use level 2 weapons, I think?
More.
Not really sure. Oh, I can use a silver sprocket hammer now. Finally.
What level does it? What can you?
I think you need to be level 2. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. For some reason, it wasn't letting me equip it beforehand. I have no idea. Equip that. There we go. Now she's got the spiky weapons. The shotgun. Pick up the. Oh, how much damage does the shotgun do? Yeah, use that. Equip the rifle. There we go.
All right. Well, I'm ready to go. How about you?
Hold on.
I'll wait for you.
I want to buy more blueprints. Can't get gadget blueprints. Service. That's another thing. The cash, which
while that's
costs
happening,
real-life
I'm
money
going to
get.
configure the way
Webcam?
that the webcam looks because we're in super pale right now.
You got to turn off the white balance.
There
you
we
go. Yay! Slight technical difficulties from before, and we didn't even know.
I didn't know the
Apparently
white balance was
everything's
automatically on.
Everything's really orange, though. Maybe you should add the
So,
slider.
yeah, maybe I should
It's a
change
bit
that.
orange, and the walls looking a bit orange, so it looks like we're in Transformers.
Wait,
A
hold
little
on.
less. There you
Little more. There,
Little-
that's fine. Do you think that's good?
No, turn it down a bit more.
But then we look pale.
There you go. I think that's fine.
All right, good. That's
All right.
fine.
Whatever. The reason that you get such a glow is because you're in
My
front of a
TV screen, yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
You're a monitor,
Yeah.
not TV screen. Anyways, as I was
Fine.
going to say, the cash, which you buy with real life money,
Uh-huh.
you can also use it to get boost. Like, increases your reward box value by 300 based on mission length and hours, which affects HP gains and drops. Or you can get one for 3 days, 7 days, or get one for 30 days,
Hey, that's cool.
60 days, and 120 days. I think the 120 days is pretty good, but that's the equivalent of using $20.
Essentially.
But that being said,
No, because 120,000 for the cash.
it's you
Scroll
get
down.
49,000.
Scroll down.
Oh, I see.
It's costs
Whoa.
like $50 essentially.
For this? Oh, 120. Okay, yeah, you're right.
So it's around $50.
$50. That's kind of a bit of a stretch because
That is kind of a little bit.
that'll probably get cheaper.
That's a deep
Although
price.
that is 120 days. But I remember a game that did it even worse was God of War Ascension, where it was like, okay, you want 10 times experience? You got to give us like, I think it was like not even $10. It was like, I think $20 or like $30, and it was only for like, I think like 72 hours.
There, just so I can
You know,
get
so it
this
was
thing
like
to-
ridiculous. You know, it wasn't even like times 2 experience for like 3 months or something. Oh, you purchased a character.
Yeah, I just wanted
Just
the
wanted
game to shut up and stop telling me
Telling
you gotta
you-
buy your
Yeah, you
your character. I'm
might
trying
as
to
well
save
get it
them
out
up
of
a
the
little.
way. Yeah, might as well get it out of the way. Gut slicer. Let's get that. Ooh, sounds brutal. Close. I'm just gonna get all the blueprints. Screw it. Just so I can. I don't know. I mean, I'm just sort of doing it.
I'm ready. I'm gonna pick I'm gonna play the girl.
You gonna play the girl?
Yeah, I'm gonna what's she good with? That's got a lot
Let's
of power.
craft.
I'll give her the weapon fists are maxed out though, so let's try it.
I just got a spiky plank. Okay, so I can't make anything else yet.
All right, there. She's ready.
All right. I just want to see if I can get like I already have a better shotgun, but apparently I can't make a stock shotgun.
Oh well.
Rifle, I have a rifle. Pistol, let's get pistols. I'm gonna get a couple of pistols. Is that the golden gun?
No.
Okay, it's Pew pistol. Get it? It's funny. Oh yeah, you have to get a workbench. Okay, how come I can't make the next shotgun? What's the problem? Oh, that was the rifle.
Yeah.
Okay, workbench tier 2. Alright. So now I know how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I can actually just... Because I bought that, and that, but screw it, you know?
All right. Well, let's
All right, so
let's hurry up
that's
and go,
why I
let's hurry up
couldn't
and
do
go
it.
back
Well,
in the
I didn't
game,
know.
please.
Alright, I'm ready. I'm gonna play as, Wait, no, hold on. I'm ready, I'm not ready. There we go. Now I'm Wait, hold on. Let me see. What weapons do I have? How much damage does that do? How much damage does this do? Okay,
Good.
It's better. The rifle, got the rifle.
Yeah, I have that.
Alright, now I'm ready. I didn't understand. When you talk about the bench, I thought you meant like, you know,
Let's go.
like, I thought you meant based on upgrading stuff.
Mhm.
That's what I thought you meant. But in actual creating weapons, now I purely understand. I don't know how they, I think your Steam account, like your account levels up, your character levels up, and also your bench, but very little.
No, it says your workbench tier increases when your account levels up.
Oh, okay. So you have to get a certain level, let's say, level, I don't know. I'm guessing you have to reach a certain level or something.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
All
Alright,
right,
so I got my rifle. I think, yeah, you have to aim with the rifle, then let go. You have to click a bunch of times. Yeah, the rifle sucks. It's a bit slow. I'm going to use my fist weapons. Alright, we're with Mousy 1999, great year,
and
renovated Puma. I'm guessing like the shoes that got renovated. I don't know. I'm just busy punching. Oh yeah, I have to unlock other skills by leveling up the character. Oh cool, she does a spin attack forward. Kind of like a short whirlwind. You know, except better.
Oh man, my game froze for a sec.
Oh, it did? Like a stutter?
Yeah, stutter.
Alright, okay, that's like a...
Ooh, she got like
punch
electrical
attack.
move, which is weird.
Yeah, there's also, yeah, I mentioned before that you can, get, the character Phil Lamar voiced. I don't remember his name, but I know Phil Lamar voiced it, which is kind of sad that I remember the voice actor more than the character he voiced. But, you know, he's not like Lee Everett from Walking Dead, you know, so he wasn't a great character. But, yeah, you can get him by spending, I believe, $29.99,
Yeah, you
$30
already mentioned
or
that.
$40. Which is kind of cool, but, still, I mean, in-game cash for this game, bit much. I don't know. Just saying. Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Whoa! I didn't know that you could do that. Cool.
a little off topic, but I finished reading the Hunger Games series.
I remember that.
I finished reading Mockingjay yesterday. I'm done.
I know you.
That is the first time I actually finished a whole series of books of something.
Yeah, and you finished all those books in like not even in a month. You got it done in like
I started in
2
like
weeks.
mid-July and ended in July 29th. 28th.
Yeah, at the end of July. So it took you like 2 weeks, maybe 3.
Essentially, because
You know?
because you know
That
you're
was
always at work,
amazing.
so I have really nothing else to do except read.
I know that was really good. You weren't even reading when I got my first. You weren't even reading the series when I got my first paycheck.
That's true.
I think a day after I got my first paycheck, you started to read the first book. You know? Or something. I remember you read it on your computer because you had the ebook for it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I want to borrow my brother's book because
Yeah. So I borrowed my brother's.
I don't want to get the other
Mockingjay.
books, you know? I remember you were like, I don't want to get the other 2 books, I just want to get Hunger Games by itself. Okay, it was really good. I'm going to go borrow the other books, you know?
Yeah.
I remember that. Here we go. Tornado.
All I gotta
movie.
say is that ending, as short as it was,
It seemed kind of rough.
a lot of people died that really didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Which is like, what?
One of mine is definitely. I want to say
Don't
who it
just
is,
say-
but I don't want to spoil. Although it's in the book, so why would I be spoiling the movie? It's in the book already, so you know what's gonna happen.
It's gonna be even.
So-
oh God.
I'm just gonna say real quickly why I think the ending was a bit rushed because Brandon read the ending out loud, the epilogue.
I read
out
the epilogue
loud, and it's
out
only
loud.
like 2 pages long, which in itself is kind of like wow. They don't even give like 5 pages for like each what happened to each character. They don't even pull you know like a you know it felt like. It didn't even feel like the ending of Animal House or American Graffiti, where it's like each character went to do this. You know, it was just what happened to Katniss and.
Well, the book's all in her perspective. Maybe
yeah,
in the
I know,
movie
but at the
they'll
same time,
explain.
you kind of think like she would pick up on. I also heard that Gale was doing this and this so far, and you're like, all right, great, you know, but you never do. You never actually hear what happens. It's just more like, oh, Gale is in District 2, but that happened in a chapter before the epilogue, and it was just more like a passing mention, like, oh, I heard he's working in District 2. Oh, okay. And where's Peter? Oh, he's still doing this and this. Okay. Or he's out doing this and this. All right.
Well, he's there with Katniss in District 12 at the end.
Oh, at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like he was still helping.
No, he
out
was not.
people
He actually
with
was there.
deaths
He
and
went to
stuff.
go. He went with her, I think,
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever. He came. He was there.
You
for
read it. I didn't. You know.
Yeah. So all I gotta say is that it's gonna be a little bit tough to see
the movie.
The movie itself.
Especially part 2. When part
2 happens.
Because you know part 2 is
Because
going to definitely have that.
The first thing
point.
is one, I want to see how much detail they're putting, because they split the last movie in 2 parts. I want to see if they'll put as much detail as they can into it.
Once you read the first book, you're like,
and then
wow,
I just
they left
hope,
that character out.
I just hope that in the part 2, that the way that they treat some of these characters' deaths, they do it the exact same way, exactly the right time.
Exactly the right way. The exact same way, with the exact with the exact
because
the exact right.
The last few parts of Mockingjay didn't pull any punches at the end. We were just like, oh my god, they would never get away with that in the movie. It's nothing controversial.
You don't see it's not a gruesome death like Game of Thrones style, you know.
But but
it's still the idea that they dies, you know, and you're like, damn, you know. Even though it might have been, was it off screen? Like she just hears about it, or does she actually see it?
She sees it.
Okay, so yeah, they're gonna have to show it.
They're gonna have to show it. I mean, but then again,
Unless,
they kind of. Then again, though, if they would have to show these deaths, they'd have to have it rated R.
But then again,
I'm not saying
this
that.
is the
I'm not saying
series
that,
that left out a very important character from the first book. That was Katniss's best friend,
Madge.
And you're like,
the series. No, she's not in the
why
movies.
is she not there? Because they not like find the right role, or
I think
that's just not.
That might have been it.
Did they just forget that she was there? And we're like, whoops.
A lot of people
actually write her in
actually.
the script. Whatever.
I will say a lot of people actually theorize that they couldn't find the right person to play her.
Yeah, but with all these aspiring
so they just
actresses
remove it.
Wanting to. Yeah, I know, but you kind of sit there and you're like, okay, so if that's true. They still were able to find people that would get actual screen time for the other people in the districts. You know, that end up getting killed off right at the beginning of the Hunger Games. They were still able to find the exact right person for that, but not Madge.
Well, because remember, Madge has lots of dialogue.
Yeah, but I mean,
but they didn't want. I don't know. Maybe it's just the reason that because she has lots of dialogue. Because the way that it's
what does Madge look like?
I have no idea. She has blonde hair or something. I have no clue.
Okay, well, if she has blonde hair, I'd be kind of like, well, why don't you just get a side character from... I know this may be a bit of a stretch. Why not just get a side character that isn't memorable for her movie appearance from Harry Potter? Not Luna Lovegood. But someone like that where you're just like, oh yeah, she was in that one part of the film. Just kind of in the background. Or she just said this one line and that was it. You know.
I remember when I was first introduced to when I was reading the book. I was the readers are introduced to Cena or China, whatever the hell is.
I'm pretty sure. I always keep thinking Cena
like John Cena. So I just think John Cena is the guy who makes the dresses.
Like the first word of cinnamon is probably Cinna.
Yeah.
Like cinnamon.
Yeah, probably.
You know, I don't know.
I just kind of call him Cena because I'm like, John Cena. I can imagine him making the dresses.
It's just John Cena.
John Cena's just buff in the background.
Yeah, and a lot of people always
wears his hat.
Like, I'm surprised a lot of people complain more about like the news would focus on the
controversy of the character Rue that she was black,
which was actually
in the first movie.
right.
But in the book, they were right.
Yeah,
like, she actually was like that in the first.
She actually was that.
Now, Cena's character, and Cena is played by Lenny Kravitz in the movie. Nothing wrong with that. I think Lenny Kravitz is really cool.
Yeah,
he's a great artist and everything like that. But nobody seemed to complain about the way he looked in that.
Yeah, because
Lenny Kravitz is much older than the character in the book. The character in the book, he's like in his 20s.
Yeah, he's like
he's supposed to be young and he's supposed to be young and like handsome looking. Well, Lenny Kravitz, I mean, yeah, I'm sure he's a good looking dude, but I wouldn't call him handsome like as they would say in the book.
Like the thing is that it felt like it wasn't, and the thing is that it wasn't really.
I guess they kind of needed a character.
It felt kind of out of place to see Lenny Kravitz there because to me, when I look at look at Elizabeth Banks. In the film, you're like, that's Elizabeth Banks?
Yeah,
when Lenny Kravitz is there, it just looks like Lenny Kravitz walked on set and was like, hey, can I be in this movie?
Can I be in your movie?
And you're like, Kravitz, you're not allowed to be in here. Look, can I please be in this movie? You don't want
Are you going to go my way?
Are you going to go my way? Hey, I like that song. I made you like the song. Okay, now I'm definitely in the movie. All right.
Well, it's also the fact that in the movie...
In the movie,
I think the reason why they wanted to have his character in there was to be sort of like a father figure. Because
yeah, that's true.
He treats her like he's her daughter, essentially, when they're like embraced and stuff like that. I would think.
Yeah, but why couldn't they just treat it more? If that was the problem, like they had to do more of a father figure kind of thing, and if it was getting someone young, they couldn't do the same thing. What? No brother figure?
Well, you know.
Or was that for Gale?
I guess they just didn't want people to ship the two.
Yeah, but
you know,
because
like I don't know. But anyway,
It's
enough about that.
inevitable. It probably
in the end,
already
I
happened.
finished the Hunger Games series.
Oh, cool! I'm able to make zip guns. I think, or I got the blueprints for it.
In the end, I finished the book series, so fantastic.
Yes.
All right, so
Mwah.
far with this game, playing the chick was actually kind of cool.
Yeah,
It was pretty
I
awesome.
wouldn't doubt it. She's actually kind
I
of.
had to take off. I had to unbutton a little bit because it's so hot in here. Because my computer is super freaking hot.
But now I've been to the fan service.
No. I lack that completely.
I'm kidding.
Um,
That's why I said that. I'll make the pistol. Screw it. Craft. I don't want to use the shotgun. I want to use the pistol. I'm just saying. So, waiting for server. Yay! It looks terrible. Yeah, by progressing your account level. So, okay. Yeah, you're right.
all right, I'm gonna play.
I'm just
I'm
thinking
gonna
careful.
use the
That's
spike
not
paddle.
right.
Equip.
All right. Well, how much damage does
I'm
the rifle
ready.
do? Not much.
Are you?
Not much. Yeah, I'll equip the pistols. They attack a bit faster.
Mhm.
Can I equip anything?
Probably not.
Yeah, because the one guy's using the one gear weapon. So. All right, I'm ready. Boom! I'm playing the chick again.
Yep.
Playing ISIS. ISIS.
Yeah. So far, this game isn't
I'm
too
ready.
bad in terms of a free-to-play game.
Yeah, it is in closed beta, so of course there's not much. There's not a lot of content to the
Yeah,
game,
there's not a lot.
so it's not.
Oh, you know what?
ready.
I think.
That's
You know what I think came
it's
out
early
today.
access, obviously.
You know what I think came out today? Firefall came out.
Yeah, it did.
I actually should consider getting that.
it
today.
actually came out on Steam.
Yep.
Oh.
It was coming out July 29th.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, or 28th or whatever. One of the two. I forgot.
How could you forget about Firefall? It's only an 8 gig game that takes forever to get.
Yeah, I know. And I
just like really.
I gotta tell you, I got a story about Firefall when I was getting it. I don't know if I already told it before, but I probably did during a Dead Space 3 stream. I was getting Firefall, and everything was going perfectly, but I had to pause my download because it was Thursday. Yeah, it was when you did your Throwback Thursday. I had to pause it so Spencer could
Yeah,
stream
so I can
Clocktower.
stream.
So after the stream was over, I resumed the download, and boom.
Had to
All my
restart.
files are gone. I had to start from the beginning again. I just said, you know what? I wasted like
Forget
3
it.
hours waiting for this to finish. Literally 3 hours. And I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not getting this right now. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
know.
worth it. But Firefall is a good game, though. People have said it's fantastic. It's like Defiance, I think.
We're doing another supply point, a scout mission. Sorry.
Yes, we are.
Okay. You're all
Yeah.
using paddles, and
Yep.
I'm using fists.
That's a paddling.
That's a paddling.
What episode is that from, by the
Start
way?
using fists. That's a paddling.
But what episode is that line, that's paddling
I
from?
don't know. I like to think that it's obviously. I keep thinking. Oh, I remember.
What?
I believe it was the episode where Skinner gets fired for being a teacher, and instead Ned Flanders takes over as substitute or something.
No,
like that?
because
Or-
the guy's teaching the class about, oh, yeah, maybe.
and they're like looking for people to teach it. I think no, it wasn't. It was I think what it was that it was it wasn't Skinner getting fired.
Yeah.
It was I think it was like Edna Krabappel.
No, I don't
know,
think
because
that.
then-
I think we're gonna have to look this line
I don't
up.
know.
We're gonna,
I'm
we're
thinking
gonna have
it
to
was
look
the one where Principal Skinner would left. And that's when they did the joke of when Ned Flanders took over. I'm pretty sure that's the episode, but then I keep thinking, well, they were in a classroom though. Wouldn't he be a teacher then? And I was like, well, it's probably Principal Skinner.
I always thought it was that episode where Homer would teach the marriage class. I thought
Yeah,
it was
but
the same.
it's not that.
But it's not.
You know? Although it would have been probably a bit more fitting if it was that. I don't know. It's just
What, it would have been a bit what?
a bit more fitting, because
Yeah.
he was looking at various classes. Like he looks at Patty and Selma's class,
then Lenny's
class, and then that's it. Where if his class was there and he was teaching
That
adult
would've-
stuff,
that
and it was
would've-
just the fact that it's random and the fact that they have a class about eating an orange, it's,
Just eat the damn oranges.
It's like it wouldn't have been out of place, And just to see that, just to see him talking,
I still like that line. That line to me is so funny.
Much like a good
Like a secret to a successful marriage.
Just eat the damn oranges. I love that.
That line is so funny.
And then that's it. You never hear from
anything again.
And it's funny because
It's just a bunch of old people in that class.
yeah,
too.
and it's not even that. You don't even hear anything about the orange eating class ever again. So they don't. It's not like they pull a Family Guy and bring it back up. As a side plot or something, or like the recent Simpsons where you're like,
I gotta
come
tell
on,
Gotta tell you, Family Guy. Oof.
What happened?
Sucks.
What happened? That's my question.
I know a lot of people
used
probably
to-
think that the show is great.
I
I
I love that show.
a lot of people probably think, oh no, the show's still great.
If you
I
like
won't
the
hold it
show-
against you. I
But here's
won't
the
say,
thing.
well,
I hate the show. Like,
Yeah.
I hate the new episodes. But I can totally understand why you
Why
enjoy it.
they like
And that's fine if you enjoy it. I can understand as to why you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Any fan out there who loves Family Guy, I can understand why you find enjoyment in it.
yeah,
And that's fine with me.
it's perfectly okay.
But I just can't find enjoyment. That's totally fine. But of course, that middle road PS won't work on Zod. But yeah, see, I don't know. It's just like, it seemed like it was okay when it came back. Like, it wasn't bad.
Then it kind of got worse.
But the fact that it kind of seemed like the first thing they do, the very first thing they decide to do when Family Guy came back was have Peter mention a bunch of like
shows
Fox shows that
were canceled.
replaced Family Guy that got canceled and stuff, as if saying those shows are terrible. Only our show is the
You're all I've got now.
Yeah,
you know.
that kind of attitude.
I don't know,
And,
it did feel
and I
a little-
did remember at the time I was kind of like, oh, that's funny because I never watched any of the shows, so it's funny. But then you kind of like he mentions Firefly, and you're like, well, it's not the fact that it got replaced; it's the fact that the scheduling
It was really bad.
was really bad. That's the thing. Like, it kept being moved around, like Arrested Development style.
Yeah.
Where it kept being moved around constantly and then ended up getting canceled because no one was watching it because everyone would forget what time it's on. And then the baseball season would come in.
Yeah, baseball would come on,
Yeah.
and people would be like, well, you got to move the scheduling of the show because baseball's on.
Yeah. That was the thing. And then I don't know if the baseball was strictly that was the problem.
Yeah.
But it was definitely the moving around of the schedule.
Yeah.
It was definitely the changing of the schedule all of the time. You know what I mean? So
The
it
X
was like
stands for
that
extreme.
was a problem.
Whatever happened to the XFL?
Well, I'll tell you, the problem with the XFL, straight up,
What?
was that the show, from what I understand, was that all it was that it was football. I remember I did research on this.
But it was an
because I remember it
extreme.
was advertised all the time.
But it was extreme.
Like, as if they'd be like, yep, this is the NFL killer.
Yeah.
It's going to be better than that. It was advertised in the way of, like, it was like, I think some wrestlers that, not like big name wrestlers, but people, it was like the idea of, what if we were combined wrestling and football, aka just rugby? You know, how the way
Yeah.
they throw them into the ground and stuff like that. You know,
Are you
stuff
sure?
like that. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And it was like, I think it boasted the idea
That it was extreme?
that since it was extreme, that people were more prone to injuries, you know, and I think they had like storylines. I think not straight up.
Oh, this guy
But it
disconnected.
was the idea of that.
See, by hands. You
Yeah,
disconnected,
I know.
man.
He disconnected a while ago. I think that was what it was. Was that they tried to be like it's like wrestling?
Oh my
but
God!
football.
We
and
can
you're
look.
like,
We can look at our.
and at the same time,
We can look at our internet right now on here.
How?
We're in the reds.
Oh man. Well, at
It's
least,
it's purely our fault, man.
oh man, we're terrible.
Oh god.
We are awful people. But anyways, I think that was the same football because I remember hearing the story that Brock Lesnar went to football
Yeah.
after he used to be in WWF, and he was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna do football." I think that's what he went into. You know,
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure because
Well, anyway.
everyone seems to forget that exists, just like XFL. They're like, "Oh yeah, that happened," you know?
The only way you can remember it is that Simpsons joke.
Yeah, if you're watching old Simpsons episodes.
Yeah, we watch that almost every day.
Oh, man.
There's nothing good on TV nowadays. I
Yeah,
just like
I
watching old
know.
Simpsons
It's
episodes.
sad.
I heard that there were rumors that they might put The Simpsons on Netflix. There is that website where you can watch a bunch of Simpsons episodes.
on streaming.
I'm Canadian, so I'm not
I
sure
don't
if
think
I can
that'll
see
work.
it.
Yeah, because it was advertised on the Simpsons Facebook page. But again, their main audience is in where else? America. So it might be purely just in America.
I hope
just like
not.
how Hulu used to
But
advertise.
that's
clips
not
of
to
The
say
Simpsons saying,
that's
hey,
not
it's
to
on
say
here.
that's
But
not to say I
Canadians aren't
can't
allowed
use
to watch it.
Mozilla to work around the region coding.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like plugins and stuff to work around region coding. Which
I did it with my Netflix.
Yeah, exactly.
In order to do that martial arts Netflix instant queue thing,
Yeah.
I had to go on Mozilla and look up the movies.
Yeah.
And it worked. So
And see, now, if
Ah!
big companies see that as a problem of people doing that, then you know what the problem is the fact that you're doing region code.
Netflix wasn't a big deal though because I still had to sign into my account.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you kind of
So
sit there.
it was just a different
I'm sure Netflix
formula of
doesn't
shows.
care, but I'm pretty sure people like Hulu and stuff are like, stop doing it, you know? kind of attitude. Because
It
again,
doesn't matter. I
but
mean,
at
if you
the
can
same
watch it
time,
for free
if
in the
they
U.S.,
find
why
that
not?
to
Why
be
can't
a
you watch it?
problem,
If you can watch it for
stop
free
with the
in the
region
U.S. with no charge for people in the U.S. United
Yeah.
States, then why can't people in Canada or any other country like Europe
Exactly.
watch it? I mean, it's not like we have to pay a certain fee.
And the thing is that it's not like American. It's not like if you buy a DVD in America, it won't work on a Canadian DVD player. Works fine.
What's
you
this?
know? So
What's
it's like
R do?
I don't understand.
I have no idea what R does. Oh, it's a dodge thing.
It's a dodge move. I think it increases your dodge chance. Yeah, it increases your dodge chance for the next attack or something.
All right.
I don't put levels into it.
Oh. And neither do I. I only did it once. Just to see.
All right, I'm
what
gonna
it
heal
was.
myself up. So,
So let's speak more about this game.
yes. So Dead Island so far, besides the fact that the internet is
Yeah,
incredibly
besides
slow,
us going off topic in the internet,
talk about XFL for some reason.
yeah, talk about XFL and going off from there. We never even watched the darn
Although that
show.
would make sense because XFL is about football, and I believe a character in the first Dead Island did football.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yeah, nice. Perfect
it
segue.
works around.
It's a segue.
It's a segue. Very poorly made one at that, but I mean,
a segue nonetheless.
it's still kind of relatable.
Well, it's because we're playing this game and we can't really discuss because the game's such enclosed beta. There's not much.
There's not much to talk about.
Because
Yeah.
it's like.
But we gotta try talking about it, you know? But let's try doing that. Alright, we reached checkpoint. 8 minutes and 51
Jump.
seconds. And as you can see,
great.
victory conditions, it depends how fast you can get done a level. You know, like if you get done gold, you earn more points, you know?
Yeah, I do a tornado
Which
move.
is quite easy to do.
Ow! I'm dying.
Oh, you're fighting. Okay, I thought you were the big guy. Because I keep thinking you're playing as the big
No, I'm playing
dude.
as the girl.
Help! Help! Okay, I'm fine.
Ugh. Now I gotta patch myself. Oh.
Boom. Oh no! Help! Ah, hey.
Yeah.
Bandage. Jerk.
I got him right where I want him. Got him.
Oh, I have to press E, right. I keep thinking that it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, like Smite, but how can you blame me? I'm using W to move forward, and Q and E are right beside it. You don't assume that those are skills.
That is true.
You think Q is to switch weapon, E is to do, like, you know, like a roll or something like that. I
Oh,
don't know.
close to leveling up. Kicking spree. Cool. I'm close to leveling up, though.
Kicking spree, yay! Alright.
That was
What
cool.
did I get? Well, I got 50 character points, some gear points.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. Not bad so far. Alright, can I get anyone yet? Nope, I can't get Amber, and I can't get Burr. Now, like, the armored characters are obviously the way more advanced ones, so it's like everyone's starter, 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 and starter. Yeah, the later ones, if you get the armored one or the mutant ones, it's like, Now, that being said, if these characters are going to be in Dead Island 2,
If they're the main characters, that'd be kind of cool.
I can assume that, yeah, definitely their Berg is going to become mutated and you fight him or something. Or you fight a mutated Amber or mutated Bryce. Unless, of course, they're still normal and just have powers.
Unless these are the
that'd be kinda
characters
cool.
you can play.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do another round. Dogs barking. Oh, let's tell that story. This might be off topic again. We're going off topic constantly.
Yes.
But let's talk about a story about yesterday when we were we had to let the dog out, and we waited literally like 45 minutes, and it was like 12 at midnight.
It was so annoying. I got so mad. I hated it.
Because he was barking at nothing outside. Literally,
Yeah.
we could hear him barking because we had a door open to get we had a screen door, but we wanted to get some air in.
Like, I just...
But we were waiting for him
Didn't
because
understand
he
why.
goes out to his backyard,
Yeah.
and we wait for him.
And he'll come back to the door.
And he'll
as
come
if
back to the
saying,
door and
"Hey,
everything, saying that he'd come back
in."
because we have a fence, everything. So he's got his own backyard and everything like that. So
Mhm.
we wait for him, and our backyard's pretty big. It's a pretty big backyard.
But it's fenced off.
But it's fenced off, which is great. But he took literally like 45 minutes
Yeah.
barking at nothing. I'm pretty sure by 45 minutes he wanted to go outside and go to the bathroom, obviously.
Yeah.
But by 45 minutes, I'm pretty sure he'd be done.
I know, it was ridiculous.
It was pretty.
Deal with.
It was
I
pretty.
hit the
stupid.
microphone just now, but I was so mad because I didn't want to go outside because there's like
There's mosquitoes out there.
mosquitoes outside, and it's like bugs.
I had to
and stuff.
literally-
I didn't want any.
I was in my
moths
pajamas
in.
at around that time.
Yeah.
And this is before we were going to bed.
Yeah.
So I was in my pajamas. So we.
I'll text them that we're streaming.
All right. Yep. I told him that, because I was in my pajamas. So what I do, I put on my shoes, roll up my pant legs so I don't, step in anything that could, not step in anything, but so I don't ruin my my pants, pajama pants. So and then I go and I call his name like about 20 times, and he finally comes back, drool's dripping from his mouth.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, oh Jesus, like.
There we go. I had to let my father know that we're streaming, so hopefully he doesn't interrupt.
Yep.
Because that would be embarrassing. Anyways, so yeah, he took way too long, and you actually had to go out there. You didn't actually, because we have a deck. The door
we have a
opens
deck.
to
I didn't
deck,
have to
and
go
down
down
to the backyard.
ground or anything like
But
that.
all you had to do was just go on the deck and sort of look at him, or
Yeah.
like look in the general direction of where
And then
he
just
runs
call
off
his
to.
name out?
Call his name, and then he was fine.
Yeah.
Then it was like, finally, But apparently me at the door, he doesn't understand that we're at the door, Like he kept, I think he was barking at nothing, hearing my voice, thinking that I was outside, across like the fence or something like that. He just didn't understand that,
Yeah.
But, yeah, stupid. I mean, I don't know. I mean, our dog is quite old in age.
Yeah, maybe he can't hear very well.
Maybe he can't see very well. We have no idea. Everyone's waving the flag around like crazy, even though you just
We're
need
surrendering.
one person. Oh, I get automatically regen health. I did not know that. Okay, so what do you expect that Dead Epidemic is going to become
when it's actually out?
When it actually
I know, I
after
think
closed beta,
beta-
after open beta,
Yeah.
after simple, everything said and done. When it actually fully is released, saying, "Yep, it's now available on Steam,
Let's
100%."
see,
What do you think is going to be it?
I think to me that
I don't think this game's going to be canon with the story.
obviously not. It's a spin-off.
It's a spin-off. It's just a thing to do for fun.
I think to me that
kinda like Marvel Heroes. It's
it'll
not
either be
really
one of the
canon.
coolest free-to-play games to play if they don't go about like if they do like the Path of Exile tactic. It's like there's some stuff that costs money, but
It's all
the weapons you're
cosmetics.
given, you can get them all for
By
in-game
yourself.
cash. You can get
Like
them by yourself.
Warframe or something.
Yeah, like Warframe.
Or Hawken. Hawken does that, where it's like, yeah, you can use real-life cash via points.
But it's
to get
purely
points,
cosmetic.
But it's just simple cosmetic, or it's just, you can use in-game cash to get the max. Takes longer, but it's still doable, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not like we're say, for example, God of War Ascension, where you can't get those other items, the DLC, without spending $20 for multiplayer, which isn't even
Ugh.
big multiplayer now. I mean, granted, I remember they released a day where it's like, if you get this, if you go online right now, you get all the stuff for free.
April 1st, too.
April 1st, which
How
is
would
not
anybody-
an April Fool's joke, by the way. It was
Yeah.
actually legit. People said it was real. Because it was the anniversary when the game came out.
Oh.
That's what it was.
Oh.
And
Well, there's always next year.
yeah, that
if
too.
the online
if the
service
online's
is
still
still up.
around, but it should be because God of War Ascension was advertised, I think, at E3 2014, so they're going to get it
Coming
about-
to PS4 and stuff.
Yeah, and stuff. I
or
think
whatever.
it was coming to PS4,
Or
or it was like they're gonna work on it more or something like that. I have no idea. I think it was more like an instant play game, like how you can instantly play.
Yeah,
a
you can
game.
purchase it and play it on your PS4.
Yeah, you play it on your PS4 or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They're
Something
very
like
not
that.
very clear about it.
Yeah,
They just kind of offhandedly
it was
mentioned it.
something. Yeah, it was
So,
like
like, God of War
something about God of
Ascension
War Ascension with something with
all this
Uncharted,
stuff.
not Uncharted 2, but it was like God of War Ascension with Last of Us, and you're like, okay, you know what I
Like,
mean?
all right.
Or something like that, and you're just like, all right, cool, yes, something to do with PS4 or something. It was really quick of a mention.
Now
so.
I gotta ask: does the Last of Us remastered version come with all the DLC that the first game when it came out on PS3 had? I think it does. I think it should. Because why wouldn't it? Because then that'd be
yeah,
a little-
remastered. I'm pretty sure it comes with all the DLC episodes because it's remastered. You know, I think also remastered is coming out on PS3. I'm pretty sure.
No,
I
because
could be wrong. I'm probably not though.
no, probably not.
But the fact that everyone, oh man, the trailer when they showed that at E3 and it says this trailer contains spoilers, everyone's like, ah!
Yeah, everyone groaned.
The crowd freaking groaned because you all know that they weren't done the game.
Yeah, most
or
people
they
who were
wanted
there
to
either
get the
weren't
game, but
finished
just
yet,
didn't get it yet.
or they just didn't think that was a cool idea to be like, we're going to show a game that, you know, you probably waited for PS4, you probably haven't played it, but if you did, we're showing the
really
spoilers anyway.
spoilers, or was it just more like hints to spoilers?
It's kind of like spoiling Catching Fire a little bit if you had the trailer for
It's like having a trailer for
Mockingjay.
Mockingjay in the first Hunger Games movie. This happened.
And
And in the second Hunger Games movie, this happened. And now in the third one, something may happen.
And it's like, well,
You know?
and
And it's like, oh man, it's just like that. Or if it was like, they were gonna, it was like,
or it's like showing the remaster of Shadow of the Colossus and just showing the ending.
yeah, you know?
Like, or showing
Hey,
like
look
what
how
happened.
detailed
You'd be
this ending is. Whoops, we spoiled it.
oops.
But even then, Shadow of the Colossus, you don't really know the twist until the very end.
Yeah, but
where
it's-
Last of Us has twists.
No, but it's like showing
Through
a
the
clip.
game,
It's like
you
showing
know?
a clip of the ending. For anybody who hasn't played the game, they wouldn't know what it means. But for people who have played the game, they'd be like, "Why'd you have to spoil that?" You know?
Yeah. Or like if they were like, okay, we're gonna remaster Grand Theft Auto 5. Here's the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Let's show that.
We're showing spoilers.
Let's show that one. Let's show that one part of Trevor killing one of the characters. I don't want to mention who that character
killing
is.
an important character.
Important character. Oops, forgot to get rid of that. But you know, everyone's already played it
But
by
don't
then,
you
right?
see how emotional it is? Even though we shouldn't have spoiled it, we should have just taken the first trailer of the first game and just sort of change it a bit. You know.
We're showing
just
gameplay footage at least.
Combine the trailer of the game when it was coming out and the trailer of the DLC we were going to release, just saying.
Yeah.
And the multiplayer and stuff, you know, just make a trailer footage for that. I don't know. Could have been better. Just saying.
I don't, there are moments like that when I've never heard an audience groan
That
before, but I was
collectively,
surprised. I'm
when
like,
it comes
wow.
to something being announced via trailer.
And it's funny enough is that I didn't even finish the game.
The
I'm
only
not
thing
even
I
done
can
yet.
think of that was grown collectively when it came to a teaser
was the Sting thing
in WWE
2K15 because people thought he was coming back, and then they're
Yeah.
like, everyone's like, oh.
Because I mean the trailer.
They all
another
just grow and
thing, I
boo
know
before they cut to commercial.
There are a lot of podcasts out there and a lot of websites that talk about this. I just have to give a mention to it. It was so when you look at it. Let's say you're watching. Weren't really into the type of. Okay, I don't buy any of the wrestling games. Those are
Yeah.
you know, I'd rather wait until they're fully out. I don't pay attention to the news.
Yeah.
You know? But they do advertise it on the show. And let's say you just ignore that. Like, whatever, don't care. And then they're going to be like, okay, we're going to show a very short video of, like, Sting's theme being played on orchestra by a group of people. And then they turn around and Sting,
They all have the
Sting's
face mask.
face paint on.
Yeah.
And then it shows Sting turning around, his head turning around. He looks like he's grimacing. He looks like, oh man, he looks angry. He's gonna probably come in for like, the Royal Rumble or something.
Was that for like pay-per-view or something?
Like a pay-per-view event, like for SummerSlam,
Yeah.
or something, and like a
Like
surprise
that he was
guest.
coming back.
Like a surprise match or something. You think, or like even in Raw or something, like he would do come back, and then it's like, nope, it's for WWE
game. Everyone
2K14
brought-
only if you pre-order the game. Which again
Yeah.
is kind of pointless because you know that they did the same thing when it came to WWE 2K14 by going, you have to, in order to get Ultimate Warrior that everyone will obviously like, you have to pre-order the game. Okay, he's DLC for $2, but still, wasn't that time when you had to pre-order?
The difference was
so
though,
worth it?
everybody,
you're
and
like,
the difference was
might as well
everybody
wait.
knew that Ultimate Warrior was going to be in the game. Everybody knew that. See, with Sting's thing, nobody knew what it was. They didn't even announce that it was for the game. They just said, they just showed it. On
Yeah,
the
it
screen.
wasn't like it showed. I think at the beginning of the teaser it showed 2K's logo. I'm not sure. Maybe people weren't paying
No,
attention.
I don't think they did.
But I think that was at the end.
Speaking of which, of logos popping up. Remember when I was watching the
Man, we all had terrible internet.
I was watching the stream of the PS4 E3 conference, PlayStation
For the
Sony
PlayStation 4.
E3 conference.
Oh, okay.
And when everyone saw that Naughty Dog logo, literally the last thing they show for E3 to end it on is Uncharted 4.
Yeah,
everyone cheered like crazy.
You knew
it would have been amazing to be in that room.
I was literally like, as soon as you saw that, you're just like, oh, they're making
another game.
Uncharted.
Yes!
Even
'Cause
though they said the
game was
third
so
game was
good.
going to be the last one, they're coming back. You know,
Yeah.
it's like they were like, even though we said the third game was going to be the end of the story,
Did it say on
We're
the back of the
coming
box
back.
it was a conclusion to
Well,
the story?
when you play the game, you kind of figure, well, I think that's the ending. You know, you kind of think that'd be a great ending. There wasn't like a thing where you're like in the second game where you're like, wow, that was it. But there's got to be more adventures out there. They reference how they're going to keep doing this stuff. In
Yeah.
the third game, I know a lot of people weren't saying, a lot of people were expecting it, but they were kind of like, well, how would that work though? Because the way the third game ends, it's kind of like, I don't know. It has to, because then Golden Abyss came out, you know?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, they're probably going to work on prequels then. You know? But then when they come out, it's like an encore, you know? Where you're like,
I gotta tell you,
awesome.
the only way
you know?
that can be topped in
If
terms
they came
of
back with
reception,
God of War.
God of War.
Yeah, if God of
for
War was
PS4.
like, he came back, or it was like,
If it shows a Santa Monica Studios thing, people would be like, yeah, it's God of War.
well, no,
Because Santa Monica's in charge of it.
yeah, but after God of War Ascension, everyone's like, oh, man, do we should really put faith in
Fair
Santa
enough.
Monica again?
But if it was God of War 4, or
Yeah, if they,
a
if,
better-
they, if they had like, if here's how a God of War 4 trailer should be.
Okay.
They should do it in which they have silence, and then you hear Kratos talk. No showing logos. You hear Kratos say a line like, I was the God of War. And then you show the logo, Santa Monica and Sony and stuff.
People would lose
And
it.
people would lose it. And he would describe what happened and stuff like that. And you know it's a sequel, saying that he was betrayed and he attempted
ultimate
to kill
price.
himself. Because at the ending of God of War 3, no big spoilers because the game's been out for
Like, almost...
4 years or something. More
Yeah.
than that, I think. I don't know,
Around
like
there.
5 years or something. At the end of God of War, Kratos kills himself. He stabs himself because after he kills all the gods, including Zeus, with the Blade of Olympus and stuff, or just via, you know, his power, the Blade of Olympus has like a bunch of power in it now. Kratos pretty much realizes, I have so much power now. But I made the world
It'll
turn
go
into
into the
crap.
wrong
The world has
hands.
gone to hell, and it's in the wrong hands because what have I done? I've destroyed the world. Whoops. And then Athena's like, give me the blade. And he's like, okay, but no. And then Athena's like, what, you're going to kill me? And then Kratos'
like,
like,
I'll
no,
kill myself.
I'm going to kill the whole cause of this myself.
Yeah.
He stabs himself. Athena takes the blade, and you know Kratos took away all the power of the blade because
Yeah.
he kind of goes like, oh, and the, you know, the light
Yeah.
and stuff from the blade. So you know that he used all the blade's power to kill himself, apparently. Athena takes the blade and he's like, I knew I shouldn't have used you as a pawn, blah, blah, blah. I take the blade out and no one likes me anymore. It's character attitude. Then they go, well, Kratos is dead. You assume he dies.
Yeah.
But then after the credits, they show a post-credit scene
Yeah.
of
Of Kratos.
of a blood trail of it going off to a cliff. So you assume Kratos dragged himself or someone dragged him somewhere. You know, like he went into the waters to, you know, maybe end up some faraway island or something, which I can assume is going to be in Egypt. Because in God of War Ascension, they reference that it's going to be the Egyptian gods, I think, or it was in God of War.
God of War 2.
So God of War 2 was more like the end of the world, and you're like, all right.
Yeah, and it had like Christianity and stuff like that, and I'm just
You're
like,
okay,
okay,
that seems a
cool,
bit
but then
too
they
forced
they
and, like-
dropped that right away
Yeah.
with the North Star.
So
and
I
stuff
think
like
what
that.
it's going to be is that Kratos is going to end up in like the Nile River or something.
Well, no, because the
You know-
reference they had in Ascension, they had the voice tell us they showed the place get destroyed,
Yeah,
showed Olympus get wrecked,
yeah.
and they showed like all this stuff happening.
And then there's a reference to the Egyptian gods.
And
but
there's a reference
very-
to like the world. It has like the world on it, and it says like some cryptic message.
And everyone's all like,
What is
that's a
that?
reference to the Egyptian god because they said about a certain god or whatever. They said that a lot of people say it's going to be the Egyptian gods.
Uh-huh.
Or it's going to be like Roman gods or something. You know, even though Roman and Greek, it's kind of like, well, that's tough, you know. But I remember a lot of people... Yeah, because a lot of people were like, okay, well, maybe they're going to bring the Egyptian gods like Ra and stuff. And you're kind of like, well, maybe that could be possible. I mean, if a game like Smite could do it, all they really have to do is work in a storyline with the Egyptian gods and stuff or something like that. They're all discussing what it was going to be,
Uh-huh.
and we still don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think a trailer like that of what next God of War, if they're going to do God of War 4, should be like that, where you just hear Kratos talking, then it comes up with the names and stuff like that, and you don't tell him where he's going to be,
Mm-hmm.
but just give a reference that he's going to fight other gods. You know what I mean?
That'd
Like
be
he's
kinda
going to
cool.
do something else.
Yeah.
You know that something's going to
Hey.
happen.
Oh, I thought we were all females, but there's 3 and 1 guy.
Yeah.
Darn.
Whoops. Now, would there be a God of War game where instead of Kratos, it's going to be someone else?
Ascension
I
kinda
think
did
there
it.
should be, because you're telling me that Kratos was the only one that prayed to a god in order to get the spare life in a war? Why can't there be more? You know, why more soldiers that did the same thing, or more other generals that fought before Kratos did? You know what I mean? That did the same thing. How about prequel, like, to, let's say, I don't know, like...
You know, all this God of War talk makes me want to play a game that's sort of similar. Ascend, Hand of Ko.
Yes.
Or Kun.
Hand of Cool.
I want to play it because it is kind of like God of War.
Yeah,
And
it
Dark
is.
Souls. It's mixed in like both.
It's kind of like the idea of Dark Souls, where it's like, you gotta fight this guy. He's invading your shrine, or he's invading your world. Go fight him. You're like, all right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And God
That
of War
game,
with
by
the
the way-
style of like the fact that you work for a god.
I don't know. Recently, there's a lot of free-to-play games that some are good, some are not good. Like Dark Blood Online is, I don't like it. I'll just say
What game?
the Dark Blood Online.
It's Nexon. What
It's
do you
Nexon.
expect?
Yeah.
A lot of Nexon, and the thing is that it's played exactly the same
As
way
Dungeon
as
Fighter.
Dungeon Fighter Online. So why did you get rid of it? You know?
I'm so glad.
And I
Dungeon
remember a lot of
Fighter's
people were
online.
like, "Really? They're getting rid of Dungeon Fighter Online? What for? What?" And I bet you they probably got rid of Dungeon Fighter Online for that game, as if saying, "We don't need Dungeon Fighter Online. It's too 2D and pixelated. We need this other 3D game, still 2D style, though, kind of. You
Yeah.
know, it's even worse. You know, and." Ridiculous, because even the characters are even more unlikable. Even your own character, you know, your own character.
I know my character seemed kind of like a
He
jerk.
talks via through the game. I
It
mean,
seemed too anime typical-ish, where you guys like, whew, oh, gee whiz, you know. I'm just a regular warrior guy, and all this bad stuff happens within like
and I
literally,
don't get the respect.
literally
till
10 seconds later.
Yeah, it seems too unexpected. Like you don't even like go through. I think it would have been better writing instead of like, because the way they introduce the game is, oh okay, you're working in this blacksmith place. You keep screwing up. Oh no, we're under attack. I better go save that person over there. And that's it. You know, it's not like maybe you're suited for like maybe it's not even like your character goes to like apply to being a general's army or something like that, and then that way they can work the tutorial out, you know? Like, fight this dummy via doing this. Okay, good job. Now do it like this. Now if you're far away from this this straw dummy or this training dummy, go do this and this. Alright, now we're gonna go fight. But they was like, alright, now we're there. Now come back tomorrow and wait a minute. We're being under attack. Go apart. We'll go to a certain section of the village. Like, if the village is being attacked in different parts, then it'd be like, you go there yourself with a team or something like that.
Darn, why did I
And your
screw that
team
up?
gets attacked or whatever, or off guard, like your simple rookie soldiers that you take with you, and they're like, your character is very special in some way. He's even better than the rookies. It takes them longer for rookies to get the skills down.
Yeah.
And then you would just be like, okay, take a couple of rookies with you, like 2, and then yourself to go fight the monsters in a separate part of the village. Then you can start practicing, or like the rookies get beaten, and then you'd be like, okay, so now I know that the game is going to be purely solo, you know. Then you know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just something like that would have been better. But instead they go, you're a complete utter tool when it comes to when it comes to making blacksmith stuff. Oh no, we're under attack. You saved that one village person, and you saved the one kid. Congratulations, you're not entirely useless, but you still won't get respect. You know what I mean? You know.
I remember, I don't know if I mentioned this in stream, but I probably already did.
know.
I remember me and Abdullah, when we were streaming Killer is Dead, I think we were talking about When It Chronicles.
Oh yeah.
And we were talking about how the Avatar character gets next to no respect.
Oh my god.
Because everyone treats him like he's just invisible or just
you get
being
a
like...
bit more respect in the second game when you get the skill. But it's like, at the same time, you're kind of like, man,
Like, who cares about
why
this
is my
putz
character
named
just
Leonard?
sort of
Who
in
cares
the
about this
background,
guy?
just like, doing stuff what
You
people
know.
are saying. I'll just nod dumbly to what people do. Like, if they go,
I don't have
"We're
a
gonna
voice,
go-"
even though you give him a
Yeah,
voice
he
when you
doesn't-
play.
He doesn't even have a part where it's like, we're going to do this and this. And your character doesn't even go, I don't know, I think we should do this. They're like,
No dialogue
a
choices
game
either.
that does that, where you're kind of like, at least have dialogue choices, is Tales of the World Radiant Mythology.
Yeah.
That does it better, even though your character doesn't really change much. But they know,
Yeah.
all the main characters
He's
know
not.
that.
He's not really important.
All the main
but-
characters know that, yeah, your character's important because the bad guy is looking after him. You know, he's going after him and only him. So it's not like, oh, okay, well, the main character in this game is Lloyd, but you get to make yourself. but your character's more like in the background, and even though you can play them and get cool skills and stuff like that, and be incredibly impressive to all the other teammates, you're still pretty much just an extra. You're just in the background, staring off into space, you know, listening to this ridiculous dialogue, you know. I hated that.
Yeah, that dialogue was bad.
I mean, it's just awful, because it's like...
Oh, by the way, remember when we did our last stream of Dead Space 3?
Yeah.
I decided to write a review for it. I gave it I gave it 2.5 stars.
Yeah, I think
I said I like the idea of the weapon crafting. I like the co-op. I like the co-op idea. Story's not good, and the dialogue is bad.
Yeah.
And the characters, I just hate them now. I don't like Isaac. Maybe I should play more of the solo game. Maybe it'll get better. Who knows?
But you kind of sit there and you're like...
Maybe I should make fun of it while I play. I don't know.
You know?
Maybe I should riff tracks it. Just like mock it.
I don't know. I mean, like, when you look at a game like Mass Effect 3, which came out around the same time...
Every time EA makes a third game, it's not very good.
But Mass Effect 3 at least had good dialogue, you know?
Like,
I mean, granted, the endings were terrible,
then it's
but
like,
there was some
when you think, like, oh, what about, like, a lot of people think, what about Sims 3? That's a game that's a third game in something. Yeah, but the problem that game had was a lot of DLC.
A lot of expansion.
And a lot of people said Sims 2 was the better game, which is like, I guess it kind of was.
I think...
Because it didn't have any stuff packs. Well, it did.
Yeah, stuff packs are ridiculous. I mean, it did, but it was more like, okay, we're only releasing like 2. I don't know if there was a lot.
I hope Sims 4 will be good.
But
I'm already hearing rumors, though, that they're going to have, like, promotional stuff where you pre-order stuff, you get stuff. They don't have toddlers anymore. They got rid of pools, for God's sake.
Is that if you get stuff packs in Sims 3, you still have to buy Sims points with real money to get other stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, what was the point of the stuff packs then? You know? Like, what was the point of that? If you're not even able to get everything with just, like, it makes you think like a pack, like alright, if I just get these packs, that's all I need. Like in the Sims 2 days, where I don't need everything. And any other type of furniture is just simple mod stuff made by the community, you know? And then what happens? Turns out in order to get other stuff, you need to pay for other separate stuff that we don't sell in stores or on disc or
anywhere.
Distributed download. And in order to buy Sim points,
gotta earn that money somehow.
Whoops, you know what I mean?
I will say,
it wasn't even like good. It's like, you know when you play Mass Effect 3, you play multiplayer. You can buy packs with credits, which is the stuff you get in the game, or you could buy points. But you still can buy. You don't have to use BioWare points. You know?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to use that stuff. You can just simply get credits by simply playing the game, and just get the packs by just simply playing the game. You know? But instead, Sims 3 goes, that's stupid. We're not letting you do that, you know? They don't even make it like aspiration points either, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they don't even like say like, oh, you want that giant TV? Well, 20,000 aspiration points. You go, well, it takes a long time, and I kind of want to use my aspiration points on passive stuff. You know, stuff like just traits that my character can get. You know, like passive skills. But instead, they go, no, if you want that TV, you gotta pay up. Gotta pay us extra $5. Gotta squeeze that wallet some more, you know. That's what it felt like, that they're trying to squeeze every single dime.
I dropped my wallet.
Oh, God.
I think it's such a stupidest thing to say when you're commentating on wrestling on Raw. No, I dropped my wallet.
Yep.
In case anybody cares that you dropped your wallet.
I know.
It's like, who cares?
You know, it's funny because I like how TNA...
TNA is canceled, by the way.
I know, it got canceled recently by Spike, but it's not to say that it wouldn't get picked up.
It won't get picked up.
And if anything, it'd probably get absorbed by WWE in the long run.
Like WCW
just like WCW did.
Yeah.
Because that way they can get the stars like Sting easily, get Hulk Hogan 100%.
Hulk Hogan's in Raw still, so...
Yeah, but he did a lot of like microphone stuff on TNA.
Yeah, that could have been from like 2 years, 3 years ago, no.
I don't know.
Alright, there we're good.
Alright, there we go. But anyways, so a big problem with TNA and stuff is that they advertised the show. I remember as a kid they had commercials for it on TNN or TNT. We had TNT back.
Oh yeah, we did.
And not TNN. Sorry, I don't know what the hell that would be. Ted something. I don't know. Anyways. So we had it on TNT. I remember they advertised. They also had WWE, and I remember sitting there thinking like, TNA and WWE. I'll wait till TNA's over to watch WWF. At the time, WWF, not WWE. And then I remember TNA, I was like, those look stupid. A hexagonal ring. But that was the one thing they were like, yeah, wrestling, WWF's great, but it only has 4. It's only a square ring. Here, we got a hexagonal ring. And then what did they do in recent years? Make it back to being square, as if saying, well, that was a stupid idea.
Let's move the hexagon ring to UFC with a cage in it, no less.
Yeah, exactly. Even that, it's more circular.
Mm.
But yeah, probably that's where it is. I mean, that's also on Spike, so probably they moved that there.
Yeah, they did, I think.
But yeah, so
anyway, back to our discussion about SimCity. All I gotta say is Dead Space 3, SimCity, Mass Effect 3. Sims 3 is great, but that DLC thing kind of irks you.
So much expansion.
Kind of irks you with that DLC and getting that extra money in case even if you don't have it, even if you don't have that budget.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 3 is good, but that ending was controversial. Thankfully, the happy ending mod is a little bit better, and it's forgiven.
The thing about
Kai Lang still sucks though.
Yeah,
and Dead Space 3, I hate the characters and I hate the story.
Yeah, although the action
actually, I don't hate it, but I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I like the co-op though. I think we should play more of that, and you know.
Oh yeah, there's another thing about Sims 3. Another worst thing about it is that it's not even like $5 for packs. It's like I don't know
like $20.
It's like still like $10 for packs, $20 for expansions.
No, I think it's like $30 for expansion.
No,
we'll have to. Check
either way,
that
you
again.
still. I believe you still have to pay close to like $100 to get all the packs,
Mm-hmm.
not including all the other small DLC stuff you have to buy with Sim points.
Mm-hmm.
So you still have to spend quite a bit. Where Sims 4 is coming out, so all that, like if you, and even if, now that Sims 3 is pretty cheap, because I got Sims 3 high lot stuff and late night for like, you know, Humble Bundle, so I only spend like $20 to unlock all the expansion stuff. Even then, I was still able to get Sims 3 by itself, no matter what I paid. It's still ridiculous how if there's no Humble Bundles or anything, or no sales, you still gotta get close to spend $100 if you want to get into the Sim series before the 4th game, you know. But no. But we all know Sims 4 is gonna have a bunch of packs, so you might as well wait for those packs to come out. There's really no point. Yawn.
Anyway, I'd say for the last 10 minutes before we end the stream, it's like 8:50.
Yes.
Let's talk about the game for the last 10 minutes because we've been talking about nonsensical stuff.
There are moments
that nobody cares about.
Scout missions are quite simple.
Yeah.
They're not complicated.
Horde missions are a lot harder.
Horde missions are difficult because I believe you go through a lot more waves, and I think the zombies are a bit tougher, and you fight more special zombies too.
Yeah.
So there's that. And the final boss has a lot of health. Like, it's ridiculous how much health they have. You know? Like, they have close to, like, 100,000, and you only do, like, what, 50 damage? You know?
Wow, over 30 Square Enix games for Humble Bundle. 30 Square Enix games, really?
Wow. Oh, yeah, the Humble Bundles last for, like, a week.
I wonder if you could get that.
Maybe.
Oh, I think it's Sleeping Dogs and, like, Hitman and stuff. I already own all of those.
It's not like Final Fantasy, like...
Oh, no. Well, maybe Final Fantasy 7,
yeah,
maybe.
or like Final Fantasy 8 or something like that. I don't even know if that's on PC or on Steam.
I think it was, recently.
Is it?
I think so.
I like to think it was. It's not like stuff like Final Fantasy, or like Square Enix games where you're like, man, they have that game on there? Sweet. It's probably like Deus Ex, Sleeping Dogs. Is Deus Ex part of Square Enix? Pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it is.
So it's probably like Deus Ex.
Here are the games.
Dogs.
Okay, there's I think this is the store, the Humble Bundle store.
Yeah, the Humble Bundle store.
I'm looking at it on my Gmail right now.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, I think
Bundle.
it's stuff. No, it's not a Humble Bundle. I
Oh,
thought
it's
it was
just-
like
it's
30
on
Square
store.
Enix game. What a deal! And then it's like no. So I was a little disappointed.
Well,
yeah, their Square Enix games are off. Is Murdered Soul Suspect, which we recently reviewed on the site.
is it good?
Thief. Well, I think it was. From what I could tell from the stream I watched, it was good. Game of the Year edition. Dungeon Siege 3. Did not know they own that.
Neither did I.
I think they own it now.
Not Dungeon Siege 2 though.
No, I don't think so. Final Fantasy 8, Final
that's
Fantasy
on the store
7.
already.
What else? Tomb Raider Game of the Year and Tomb Raider the original. Final Fantasy 3. I forgot that's on PC. That's cool. It's the DS version.
The DS
no
version
less.
on PC.
etc.
So nothing really great that made you go like, wow, they got that game on there. You're like, wow, they had that game on
Oh
Steam
my god!
already.
Oh yeah, see, they also there's this Humble Bundle Square Enix bundle, which comes with
Thief Gold, which is pretty good.
Thief Gold, Mini Ninjas.
Oh, that's really cool too. I like that.
Some other game I can't read that. I can't read it because
It's not Lost Odyssey or something cool.
No.
Even though that's not Square Enix.
That'd be a cool game to have on PC, man. I'm telling
know,
you right
a game
now. As
spanning
ridiculous
4
as it
discs.
sounds, that would be so sweet.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Hitman series, I think it's Hitman 2. Hitman contracts. If you pay more, you get... Wow, they're really putting some really lame games in here.
What? If you pay more, you get what?
If you pay more than the average to unlock, you get Hitman Blood Money HD.
Oh, awesome.
Or Hitman Blood Money.
Cool.
Hitman Absolution.
Awesome.
Nosgoth. Just Cause 1.
Oh, cool. I don't have Just Cause 1.
Hitman Contracts, and The Last Remnant. But you also get such classic games such as Deus Ex Invisible War and Deus Ex The Fall. And also, you also get the tried and true, ever best-selling series, Daikatana. I'm not kidding.
They own? Oh, yeah, because... Alright, yeah. Well, Daikatana... I mean, I've done Let's Plays of that, so it's like, you know...
Yeah, it's a little...
I would like to actually own the game through Steam instead of having it through good old games, because it's like, as great as I love good old games, it's kind of like, I don't know, I kind of think
I kind of want people to know that I'm playing this
yeah, exactly.
this mess.
And it's like $7 on Steam anyway, so it's like, what's the harm?
Well, if it's on sale.
It's not on
Oh,
sale.
again, the Humble Bundle, yeah, sure. Well, you get it through Humble Bundle.
So I can probably like pay like $1 and then be good.
I could always get it too.
Yeah, you could.
Take that.
Punch, punch, punch.
Oh, I got controlled.
So here's the thing. I remember I was like Deus Ex The Fall.
That's
That
a really
sounds-
bad game. It's really bad.
That sounds. I know it's like really. I remember a lot of people.
It was a
were like,
mobile
"Oh, it's
app
gonna be
game at first, and then it was
Really?
moved, yeah, and then it was
Oh.
moved to I think PC.
No
and
wonder
it was
it's
horrible.
pretty terrible.
It was horrible. It's like
I
you
literally
know, you
thought it
either
was
want to
gonna be
get
one of those
do you want to
games where
get
it's
either
like-
the Fall or do you want to save up and get the director's cut of Human Revolution? I'd say get the latter.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a prequel or like a sequel where it's like, after all that stuff, we still have to lead up to fill in the gaps between Deus Ex and Deus Ex.
Well,
Human
it takes
Revolution.
place right after I think Human Revolution.
And that's ridiculous.
I know it's a little bit.
Everyone
silly.
said that the controls are terrible.
Yeah,
and
and
the story's bad.
Yeah, it's
You know?
it's not good.
And I'm like, wow, Square Enix making a terrible story? Who knew?
Who knew?
I mean, there wasn't ever
Final
anything
Fantasy
like that.
13.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Well, I mean,
it.
Final Fantasy 13 is not a bad story. It's well, yeah, actually it is. But I mean, like,
I will tell you.
the gameplay is.
I will tell you,
great, but
as a
it's
quick
like,
snippet
eh.
thing, I love Final Fantasy 13's mechanics and the paradigm system. I love that
The
idea.
leveling up system and
Just the
everything like
story is just no.
that. And the fact that there's no like free roam, even though in X2 they still do it. And they're like, okay, well we kind of have free roam, and you're like, yeah, but the story's
I
still
got an
bad.
achievement. All right, a perfect
You
way
know?
to end it. Getting the zombie killer achievement.
Oh, cool! I have to get the zombie butcher.
Yeah, kill them all out.
Oh crap! Help, guys, help!
I'm helping.
Oh, thanks. I gotta heal myself. Yeah, keep breaking that down.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there we go. Healing pretty fast. Boom, alright. Let's go. Meow. Checkpoint, 6 minutes and 19 seconds. Yay! Alright, let's... Oh, no, wait. 2 is not to use skills. E is to use my skill. Meow. I think you can redo this the settings, though. You can press, like, oh, 1, 2, 3, and 4 can be my skills. Well, R...
You can.
could be for healing, you know what I mean?
I think you can. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can. And like, you know, like R, E, R, and T can be for like my healing and stuff. I don't know. Pretty sure you're able to rebind the keys. Pretty
Mhm.
sure.
You can.
Key bindings.
You know, it's kind of funny when you play first-person shooter games from like today.
Yeah.
There's like WASD keys and simple aiming and stuff like that. Like Deus Ex Human Revolution has really simple aiming. You go play the first game and you're like, oh, these controls.
These are really weird.
These
you
are
know?
really
It's
hard to get
tough
into. Even though if
used
we
to.
played it as like if we played that as kids, we would
we
be
probably would have
we would
loved
be really
it.
good at it. We would
Yeah,
have
it's like people
remembered.
who always go like, you know, like I remember when I was, I used to play Doom 3 on
Yeah.
the PC. I was like, man, Doom 3 on the Xbox and PC is so fun, you know. And then I play.
And then you play Hexen.
And then I played
Heretic.
like Hexen and Heretic. I'm like, whoa, these controls are kind of weird to get used to.
Yeah, they're a bit.
You know,
weird.
the fact that you couldn't use the mouse at all, and even if you could, it's usually just to move forward or to just turn left and right.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't to look in
It's
all
a little hard to get it-
directions because
it's a
again,
little hard to get
technology
into.
back then wasn't capable of doing it, with the exception of Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
But it was really weird. And then I remember having to do. And then I actually got used to it though, and I actually beat Heretic.
Oh, well done.
Granted, I cheated at the last boss, becoming invincible, but hey, no one was stopping me. I burped a bit, had to breathe in like a hiccup, but no one was stopping me because the game didn't have Steam achievements or anything like that. Whereas when I played Doom 1, Ultimate Doom, and Doom 2 on my on Doom 3 BFG edition, including the extra map or the extra episode that's included in the Xbox version of Doom of Ultimate Doom, I believe.
Yeah.
It was difficult. It was actually really tough. I mean, like, I had to continue to save scum all the time. I mean, like, it was tough, man. I mean, like, it was difficult. It was like, oh, God, I died. I gotta start over. Oh, I forgot to save, you know? Or, like, I died. Be like, oh, good, I gotta save. Gotta dodge that rocket. Crap, I didn't dodge that. Reload it. Crap, I didn't dodge it time. Okay, now I'm gonna hide around this corner, save here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to be really careful. I did the same thing with Heretic and the Hexen, the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying not to cheat on those games.
Trying to
because
cheat on Heretic.
since they use DOSBox and stuff, there's no, you know, there's no way of Steam locking out cheats. You know, like with Doom
Help.
and like in the Doom 3 version of the original Doom and Doom 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they were able to lock out cheats. Wherein when I play Hexen and Heretic, I'm like, when I play Hexen, I'm like, I'm not gonna cheat this time. I can do this. I know I don't have to cheat. I played Doom 3 a lot. Could probably get through this with just via wits and save scum. You know, that's all I did. And so far, the thing about Hexen is that you get lost really easy. You're like, it's one of those games where you go, where do I go kind of games. Where you're like,
Yeah, because Hexen's such a
Where
wide
am
open
I?
area.
yeah, I know, because you have to go between worlds through portals, then go back to the lobby area where all the portals are, then go to another area, find out what you're supposed to do, then you go, oh, another piece of puzzle was unlocked. Okay, can I go back? No. Okay, I gotta go back to another portal area? And you're like, you have no idea. There's no actual hints. You know, and sometimes they say, a gate in the fire temple is open. You're like, okay, well, where's the fire temple? You know, you gotta remember, you know, and you gotta use, like, I'm pretty sure you gotta use, like, guides all the time when those moments happen, because it's like, it's really tough, you know? Yeah, I'll defend you.
Thanks.
That'll be enough healing. I think we could definitely win this. Here I go!
Oh, jerk.
Wait! Bam! You know what I'd love to stream for another Thursday?
Throwback Thursday.
Throwback Thursday on Twitch for
What?
another castle. I'd like to download, since I used the emulator for Clock Tower anyway, I'd like to download the emulator for Resident Evil 1.5 and the Game Boy version. Just to try it out. Because 1.5 doesn't have much, so you
Yeah.
might as well just do the Game Boy version and be like, alright, well, I did that.
The only way you can play the game is through me.
ROMs. There's no actual physical copies. I'm pretty sure there's reproduction cartridges somewhere,
Oh, there you
or
go.
prototype cartridges that are very rare, if not non-existent anymore.
Yeah.
But it's like, where are you gonna get those? You know, without having to spend thousands of dollars or hundreds.
All right, well, I think we finished.
All right, I'm gonna exit the game. Whoop, done.
I will say, even though we talked about nothing in relation to the
A
game
lot.
for the meat of the stream,
Can you really blame us? Because it's not really the
It's a
game
closed
offers,
beta
'cause
game.
It's in this
Yeah.
closed beta. It's
all I
early
gotta say,
access.
Dead Island Epidemic, it is fun.
Shows
great.
promise.
It shows a lot of promise, and
Mhm.
I'm actually psyched for it to come out of closed beta and go into
Exactly.
open beta,
Me too.
and then go into the full release game. It doesn't have much currently as it stands right now, which is fine. I'm glad. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Mhm.
But I sincerely hope that the game improves in terms of modes. You get more game modes. The survival mode isn't just the scout mission, which is beginning to end, and hopefully it's
Yeah.
just a big circle thing.
Yeah, I really hope
Um,
so. Like a wave kind of thing.
yeah.
Survive as many waves as you can.
Yeah. Overall,
And,
I gotta say, Dead Island Epidemic, it's pretty good.
Yep.
If anybody out there who's got the game from the free weekend over Steam, then fantastic. That's
And
perfect.
definitely try it out because you're still able to try it out right now. Maybe not today,
Yeah.
maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the day after, but
soon for the rest of your life too.
exactly because it's free
Yeah, exactly.
and hopefully it doesn't.
I mean, there are some
Why,
parts
so-
of the game where there is some stuff
Yeah.
where you have to pay to get stuff, and if you want a shortcut
But
to
it's
it,
entirely optional. It's not like
it's
you have to
entirely
pay.
optional though. I think you don't get any cash right here. I don't think you get that.
You don't get it in the game. You have to actually pay money. But that's
Yeah.
for stuff like weapons.
But that's for stuff like
you know,
weapons and
stuff.
boosts and everything like
chances
that.
are, a free game like this, they'll probably have boost weekends.
Yeah.
Because Hawken does that, where you can get a boost every once in a while.
Yeah.
So it's not so entirely bad. You know.
If you guys out there liked the stream and really enjoyed it, feel free to check out our past broadcasts on Another Castle's Twitch.
And definitely go to-
like us on Facebook.
Definitely go to the link at the bottom right corner. Like Another Castle on Facebook.
Like Another
follow
Castle
them on
Facebook. Follow
Twitter.
them on Twitter.
Follow our Twitch channel so you never miss out on any Twitch streams, especially for me when I Twitch Thursdays for throwback games that are old games that are over 10 years old or more. And I'll be streaming those solo.
Yeah. And you can follow the link bottom right, saying this is anothercastle.com.
And you can just go there.
For all things nerd on Another Castle in terms of comic
Also
books,
subscribe to
video
the
games.
YouTube channel.
Yeah,
so.
and subscribe to the YouTube channel because I think these streams go up on there too.
And if you'd like, ain't just me, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. I'm pretty sure it'll be on the site soon. I have no idea, but you can definitely subscribe to there if you can. I'll definitely. You can also follow me on Twitter as well at Deep Gulp, just so you can never miss out on any stuff I have plans for any gaming and my Let's Play posts. And then definitely, if you find that my Let's Play video through my tweets on Twitter, subscribe to my channel and comment on the videos, and so on.
Anyway,
but
all right, so yeah, so go to Another Castle for all things nerd.
Mm-hmm. And definitely tune in next time for another Twitch Tuesday.
We'll play probably something that's not really online based.
Probably more a LAN or maybe solo.
Or maybe a solo thing. Anyway,